疲れたなら何もかも諦めて私に全てを委ねなさい。生かすこともとどめを刺すことも各地を放浪するでもいいわ。ただし降伏だけは絶対にしないで。
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Xanthos Vice here, and we are back with some more Punching Grey Raven. Hope you guys have been having a great day so far. Yes, I'm finally back here, and even though we did finish the extra chapter, Echo Aria, I think it was, we're gonna do the event one, just because it's like, if I can at least get this done sooner rather than later, then I can go back and actually continue with where I left off after Fake Ascension, because I do want to move on in that as well. So I thought, might as well try to at least start getting this done, especially before next week when I won't have as much time. So yeah, we're gonna do Void Tides, because I really want to see where this is gonna go, especially considering it's a Luna story, I guess. So I want to see how exactly this is gonna go. At least I think this is the one. Oh no, here it is, Source Beacon, my bad. I'm wondering what the difference is between Void Tides. I'm guessing this is just like the boss battle, I guess, but don't exactly know. Defeat Cradle. Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess it's like I just saved that for something else. All right, so we'll do a Source Beacon for now, because I believe this should leave us off after the events of Chapter 28, Polaris Bond. So let's see where exactly we are in the whole timeline of things. Because if I remember, the last thing that happened was a discussion between the Gestalt program and supposedly an AI of Dominic. Saying about like whatever the next step was supposed to be, I think. I really don't remember. That's the spark of civilization. The glory of the Golden Age will eventually spread across new lands. Only Blank can take humanity back to Earth. Christina, remember. Only Blank. Your dreams reflect your thoughts. I can't believe I'm revisiting those memories after all this time. Terminal on the table persistently chimes for notifications. Are they finally on the move? Emerges silently, capturing information, updating keywords, flickering like a firefly. Then it vanishes without a trace left behind, allowing the data streams to pass line by line through the firewall. Inheritance. Are they seriously still holding on to a pointless belief like that? Only those with brains infested by amoebas would keep on relying on their supposed geniuses from history. It displays a familiar name with a photo, but it wasn't a child to seemingly grow into someone who can handle herself well. Victoria. It's okay. It'll come to an end. Don't act like you're sleepy, you're awake. It's time for a meeting. Never one, huh? Is there some action stirring up in the Heterozone? The military has retrieved the last mission footage. The Heterozone is still expanding. Chapter 29, Source Beacon. Keep your voice down. Something is spreading. I see. Red winds, green rains, purple soil, and heavy skulls. Vaguely human-like figures dissolve, dripping onto the barren land, emitting a sticky and unidentifiable fragrance. In the history of mankind I've read, in their civilization I've grasped. Now, it's about to begin. This new story. Faint, subtle, low sound of bubbles popping mutes the final cry at the bottom of the throat. Right. What was that sound? Upon hearing his warning, an effort refugee working in the woods abruptly halts his current task. After an extended wait, their eyes begin to swell and ache. All they perceive is the rustling of the wind through the trees. I misheard it. Probably. It's okay. Being cautious is the right way to do these things these days. Remember when that monster snuck up behind our camp? It's all thanks to your warning. Otherwise, even with Lucille's vehicles, we wouldn't have made it. You heard in the news. You know that settlement near ours? The one back behind the woods that we outplayed in the turf scuffle before? Some told me this morning that when they went nearby to scavenge, they didn't hear a thing from that settlement. They didn't go check it out. No one's got the nerve. These parts are nothing like the clean zone Lucille talked about. But we've already scouted the surroundings. Nah, you crashed early last night, so you missed out on the update. Folks who bolted from the back a couple days ago mentioned that things are changing all the time over there. Seems like the red tide thing is still spreading. Catches you and poof, you're gone in a blink. A few settlements have vanished already. Starting to worry we might have to move again soon. It's already December. Can we really make it through this winter? Don't think like that. Since that day, a date he has no way to confirm. Everything seems to have suddenly changed. These woods, most familiar to the refugees, seem to come alive, breathing and thriving. Can't quite pinpoint those subtle changes, but everything around him seems to be urging him to flee, to get out of this place. But where can he go? Since the moment he became separated from his parents and had to fend for himself, there's been no turning back. He has to face this treacherous world on his own. The punishing virus, the corrupted, the red tide, these eerie-looking monsters referred to as hetero creatures by the constructs who always come and go hastily. Even more unpredictable things. Refugees on the surface hide in the crevices of the world, barely surviving, and the monsters spawned by the punishing virus run unrestrained. How much longer can humans survive on this land? If not here, where else can they go? Don't think like that. You're right. Overthinking will do me no good. Things will get better. Seal's already confirmed the location of the clean zone, hasn't he? Once we enter that clean zone she mentioned, things will definitely get better. She mentioned there's no sign of that damned virus in the clean zone. No chance of running those monsters either. Once we're there, we'll set up our own homes and work the land. No more scavenging around for wild veggies to munch on. And then, let's get you a girlfriend. Like kids? Like, I don't know. I just love kids. But my wife and I had been split up ages ago. Too bad you can't meet her in person. Gotta admit, she's a stunner. First laid eyes on her, those big bright eyes of hers got me thinking. Our kids could have eyes like that. Never imagine a future like that. Where you might get a girlfriend, a place to call home, perhaps even a child. What's that noise? What? Paused their work once more with a glimmer of hope shining in their hearts, listening intently to the sounds around them. A subtle tremor ripples beneath their feet as if a herd of antelope is being pursued by wild beasts. Accompanied by this, chaotic footsteps draw closer almost instantly. His voice almost perfectly merges with that of a refugee fleeing from the bushes. What's happening? The hetero zone is still expanding. The last data. This is the last mission footage uploaded by this construct squad. By the time we attempted to track them down, the red tide had already swept over the area. The task for this construct squad involved eradicating the hetero creatures on the outskirts of the clean zone. The mission location is very close to the clean zone. The hetero zone is encroaching on the clean zone's territory, in places unknown to us. The red tide is devouring more lives. It voraciously absorbs anything that can sustain itself, be it animals, plants, humans, or constructs. It clusters tightly together, embracing as many lives as they can. It seems to intend on dragging the entire world into the nightmare it has weaved. Winds as red as blood, green as algae, and soil tainted with an ominous purple hue. They bear the cries of refugees who couldn't flee the woods. As the liquid meanders like a stream, joyfully coursing through the crevices in the woods. Vines reeking in decay silently creep from the stream beyond, but our most tranquil forest is now engulfed by screams, only to fall into an eerie silence again. It's the red tide! Gamera! Run! How can human legs outpace a surging tide? It's like a nonchalant slaughter or a one-sided game. The viscous liquid chuckles as it envelops the ankles of the straggling refugees. His bare feet touching the ground begin to burn. The red tide is already brushing against his ankles. Gamera, run! The roar he musters his final reserves of strength to lunge forward a few steps, pushing Gamera ahead. Warm tears streak down the rough skin of his cheeks, but Gamera does not look back. He keeps running forward with all his might until cold liquor creeps over his feet. He collapses in despair, stinging pain in his palm telling him that the red tide is gradually consuming the land. Where his gaze lands, only hoarse cries of pain and whispers of despair linger. Gary, it can't just end like this. As a cold blue light slices through the crimson tide, the sound of car engines reaches his ear almost simultaneously with the noise of a transport craft touchdown, coming from various directions. Commandant, someone's there. On.
後ろいないんかあの霧から離れると急げ早く逃げろ先に行けあとは我々が輸送機だ空中庭園だ
大丈夫この程度で退きなさいこの一撃で私の刃になってください大丈夫です
The fog is dispersing. This is still dangerous. The temporary camp is right ahead. This is a temporary camp. We came from the opposite direction. Our group's leader Lucille is right there in that vehicle. Something seems to be wrong with the thing and she's trying to fix it. She's the one to ask if you have any questions. I'll go clean up my wounds first. Damn, I also love how it's just like, we just go into these things. We don't just like go around wasting time and then just like, at some point we get there. It's like, we're just there.
あらこんにちは私に何か用かしら
We still have fuel, but the vehicle's parts are misbehaving. The team we sent to gather supplies haven't returned either. Your team. That's right. They went searching for supplies at the abandoned camp earlier, but the red tide showed up and separated us. Vehicle. Yeah, this thing was never completely fixed, so it was a miracle that it even managed to start. Hope we can find a replacement part soon. Start again after a quick repair. Back to what we were talking about. The evacuation plan. If the vehicle can start, I'm confident I can get everyone out of here. We got too many wounded here. Without the truck, we won't get anywhere if those sound-triggered monsters surround us. Ah, I see. Yeah, because I was like, aren't you gonna be worried about just the regular people right now? But yeah, for the wounded, this would be the only way. Because otherwise they'd be moving more slowly and the tide would just reach them faster. It's a one-way trip. This can't be it. Let's talk to more people first. Exact escape route. Both the paths east and west are blocked by those damn things. I've given it some thought, and the only way is at our 12 o'clock. Spare parts. A couple of the young ones went to the abandoned campsite to look for spare parts. Those damn things showed up before they came back. These were their last messages. Attention. There are some strange noises in the abandoned camp. Could it be them? Guess not. Connor were missing. Going to find them. Hurry back. That's half a day ago. Okay. Seeing that we can find replacement parts of the abandoned camp. Let's talk to Derek about the fog earlier.
頼りにしているぞ。
Wait, let me see if I can talk to this other person here. Okay, never mind. Just wanted to see if we could.
危なかった。あなたたちが来てくださったおかげで助かりました。
Your injuries. I'll hold it a while longer. Remains of the group of refugees won't be able to stand against the enemies from the red tide. Now about the fog. The strange fog always arrives just before the red tide. It's highly corrosive as well. For protection gear, your skin will quickly rot once you come into contact with it. The fog that precedes the red tide and hetero creatures possess an extremely high concentration of punishing virus. Regular constructs won't be able to withstand it.
空中庭園の構造体正体。はあ、かっこいい。あ、私のお父さんを助けてくれてありがとう。
Don't forget to thank your dad. Alright. Discuss the evacuation. We're planning to find the replacement parts. We'll get out of here together after we fix the vehicle. 12 o'clock. Regarding the crew, this fog is corrosive. It's dangerous for constructs too. I should be the one to go. You just need to provide us with the route. We're faster on our feet, and keep the casualty to a minimum. That's right. The punching fire's concentration of the fog is too high, so you won't be able to withstand it for too long. We'll go investigate. You're right. Thank you, then.
力を合わせてこの最悪な場所から離れましょう。
Let's keep moving. They can't. Should be nearby. Wait, it's the fog again. Ready to engage.
この程度じゃ大丈夫です。
He's infected. The spare parts Lucille mentioned. Let's bring them back after we bury him.
あの怪物が来た。
Alright.
助けて。
No, it's the temporary camp. They're surrounding us with this. Ugly. Oh shit. This. God damn, I was trying to stop. Ah, shit. Kind of dumb.
先人のカラスは
Come on. Ah, shit. Come on. There we go. Ah, but ooh,
先人の
I didn't
カ
think
ラ
it
ス
was
は
actually going to be able to approach me like that.
カラスは
Fine. This is
私の刃になってくださいこの程度
Damn. I know what should have shown there.
先人のカラスは
Okay. Come on.
先人のカラスは
Oh.
先人のカラスは 退きなさい
There we go. This afternoon at Babylonia, unexpectedly, no sunlight fell due to clouds in the artificial sky. These are the most recent coordinates reported by Strikecock at the edge of the clean zone. This is where they transmitted data from before, indicating the boundary of the heterozone's expansion. And here, this is where the last terminal data was sent from this missing construct squad. The nearby conservation area has already accommodated multiple groups of refugees, and they all originally resided in this vicinity. Under temporary whiffering of the globular forest at the center of the heterozone, the task force spent a long time monitoring and cleaning the edges of the heterozone. The consistent supply of Omega weapons gave the impression that the heterozone was under control. The prospect of completely clearing the heterozone no longer seemed like mere speculation. Everything seemed to be moving in a better direction. However, disasters often strike without warning. Overnight, the Red Tide lived up to its name, sweeping through 2 refugee settlements on the edge of the heterozone, killing the lives of all the refugees there. Babylonia promptly dispatched 2 active construct squads from nearby conservation areas, but after investigation, they found nothing but soil corrupted by the Red Tide. At the time, everyone thought it was just an accident, but now it seems... Oh, right, because we figured out already from the extra chapter that there has to be some kind of core that lets it act. Damn, those grotesque hetero creatures are retreating. Simply put, we cannot guarantee that the existence of the clean zone hasn't caused unexpected mutations. Mutations? If all hetero creatures exhibit group behavior, they could develop their own species or even civilization. Oh god. At the numerous skirmishes with humanity, their interest in playing appeared to have finally waned. The Red Tide, alongside the hetero creatures, initiated a collaborative counterattack, nearly breaching the edges of the clean zone. The concentration of the punishing zone has escalated in tandem with the advancement of the heterozone and the Red Tide, surpassing the capacity of the central purification filter. Consequently, humanity has endured the loss of several conservation areas near the heterozone. The Squares have successfully built their own civilization, while the Red Tide has bred a new form of life. Does Earth really still belong to humanity? The last construct squad we dispatched has also been devoured by the Red Tide, so we need to confirm the speed and range of the heterozone's expansion as soon as possible. There's no time left. Humanity's already out of time. If the Red Tide continues to spread unchecked across the surface, humanity's final escape route will be sealed off. Once the heterozone completely enriches the clean zone, how are humans any different from birds trapped in a cage? Multiple elite squads capable of probing the periphery of the heterozone have been deployed simultaneously, all with a singular objective: identify the root cause of the changes in the heterozone. Preliminary calculations of the Red Tide's expansion speed and range are completed, Commandant. Have we verified this team's identity? Yes. They're part of a registered refugee group from a nearby conservation area. According to the mission briefing, we should prioritize escorting them to the nearby safe location. I've already informed Babylonian the designated squad is heading our way. Once the handover is done, we'll resume our original course. How are they doing? Lucia and Lucia are currently evaluating the casualties. Most of the rescued individuals have received basic treatment and serum injections. While retreating, one of their vehicles experienced a breakdown. I really wish Lee were here with us. Due to Babylonia's pressing need for the development of punishing virus purification devices, Lee, being the only one entirely immune to the virus, has been requested to stay and aid in research. Is unable to participate in this mission. Wait, he's actually completely immune to the virus? Damn. Alright, so it must have just happened early in the story. Okay, good to know. I feel the same, but he has more important things to do. As the heterozone continues to expand, Babylon is hastily preparing to manufacture a second frame with the same specifications as Hyperio, with the goal of creating another miracle. Ah, I see. Makes sense. Kinda like the same as the concept of like antibodies. Given these circumstances, Lee, who played a crucial role in activating the Hyperio frame, should indeed remain in Babylonia to help with the research. Besides, they're still working on new frames. Indeed. At this point, Lee staying at Babylonia would be more beneficial for everyone. Even though Grey Raven arrived as quickly as possible, you only managed to rescue a portion of the refugees in this settlement. But to your surprise, during the operation, you encountered another team of humans who had arrived for the rescue. A team composed entirely of humans. You're the commander of Grey Raven, right? Allow me to introduce myself properly. I'm Lucille, deputy leader of For a Better Tomorrow, Sunlight Shines on All, Battlefield Trauma Emergency Rescue Team. Nice to meet you. Anyway, we seriously owe you big time. Otherwise our For a Better Tomorrow team wouldn't have been able to save so many folks. Bleen? Lucille, we put together the list of casualties for our team. Gamir and Gary encountered the Red Tide while gathering, and Gary went missing. Also, we couldn't find Tony, so we're marking him as missing for now. Perhaps Gary and Tony just took off in a different direction. We might bump into them at the next settlement. I see. Yeah, because it's like, there is always the possibility. You can't just necessarily give up on people here, because there's always a chance to rescue somebody. Again, some may call it idealistic, but unless you've actually seen proof of it, there is always the chance. Because there are people who have the strength to survive. Yeah, it's just about, like, how long. Then, have you got any news on more? I'll ask around for you. Look, people from Babylonia are here with us. Guys, any clues where those constructs that were patrolling the nearby conservation area have gone? Constructs patrolling nearby? There was a construct with black hair named Moore. He's a member of the patrol team for the nearby conservation area. I'm not entirely sure who you're talking about, but after checking, that name isn't on the current casualty list. Then why did he... He must have been evacuated along with the conservation area staff. As the heterozone is expanding, many regular constructs can't handle the current concentration of the punishing virus. There's a risk they could get corrupted and turn hostile, so Babylonians called back a bunch of patrol teams from this area. Come on, that's good news, right? At least everyone's moving in a direction. As long as all of us keep moving forward, we'll definitely meet again. Elaine, let's give the list to the construct lady over there. Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. What's the name of that construct lady? Lucia. The other one's Liv. Alright, just give it to Lucia. Let's check the quantities of the remaining supplies, protective masks, and serums. We gotta relocate fast. was a casualty report. I just reviewed the data with Lucia. Some of the rescued people have minor corruption that can be treated, but there are some whose corruption is too severe. Not far away, the refugees seem to be gathering for a small ceremony. But to give her a few old items, wrap them with brightly colored waterproof fabric, and securely fasten them to a tree. The elder in the group carves names one by one to the tree trunk. After carving is finished, they stand around the tree, softly singing a brief, deep tune. Sorry, this might take a couple minutes. That's fine. This is a tradition of the group. Just think of it as a funeral. When someone is confirmed missing, we wrap their belongings in a colored waterproof fabric, inscribe their name, and tie them to a nearby tree. I see. Kind of reminds me of like how in The Maze Runner, in the final movie of it, they carved all the names of the people they lost along the way onto like a giant stone. The belongings too, okay. And I guess the waterproof one makes sense, so then it can like, just like, it won't be washed away or anything like that. If they're still alive and find their way back here, they can use the information left on the tree to locate our next stop. Oh, I see. So that's what the real point of the waterproof one is. It's like, for this person, this is here. See? Because then that way they wouldn't think it's like, oh, it's an enemy or something like that. Because then they think, how did they get the item? If they didn't find this place, or if they're truly gone, the remaining supplies and the belongings might help someone else passing by to survive for an extra day or two. Wow. Damn, this group is really all about helping humanity in like a bigger way. Because it's true, it's like, if anyone's lucky to find extra supplies that can help them survive another day, that's a good thing. But I mean, there are the risks of the fact that you're kind of lowering your own amount of supplies, but again, this is the battle for humanity, so there are many different positions you can take. The fact that this is one of them is actually incredible. Yep. Yeah, see, there we go. Do you have enough supplies? Honestly, we don't. But these are all inheritances. Our group has come so far by supporting each other. None of us want to take the inheritance of our missing members. Wow, so they're like a real tight-knit family here. I respect it. Our old leader once told us that someone managed to find their way back to us using these supplies. Ah, so it's proven effective. I see. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. What if such a miracle happens to us too? But at the same time, it does also kind of make an issue, right? Because like, what if an enemy gets it, like the Ascendants or something? But again, I guess the fact that it hasn't happened so far must mean that it's working. These trees imbued with special meaning stand as both tombstones and symbols of hope. Wherever those who are missing truly lost their way or were consumed by the red tide, traces of their existence still linger. The world is barren and marked with scars. There's always something that gives humanity the strength to push forward. Viscous is silt that has stayed at the bottom of the pond for many years. The red tide chases and spreads across the head of the forest. It's time. Surrounded by clusters of deep purple flowers, she tenderly bows her head as though attuned to the gentle whispers of the world. So this is what he meant. As long as the information is sufficient, this place makes the entire Earth. Conflict is also a pattern. Born the red tide, awakened in the red tide. Endured, they acquire fresh consciousness. A nascent civilization blooms amid withering life, weaving a crimson narrative. Then, there's Birdie agreement with him. Let's set out. Go forth, expand, and seize, just like what other civilizations did when they developed. Go absorb everything that can enrich us. Go seek out a homeland where our civilization can take root and grow. Alright. Norman Mining Corps. Oh, right, this group. We talked about it before. Because we literally just talked about Norman Mining Corps and Polaris Bond, because they were one of the ones kind of involved with the Gasol project and stuff, weren't they? Charles Norman, the former chief executive officer at Norman Mining Corp., has been absent from the 13th management meetings. Per Chapter 15, Article 11 of the Norman Mining Corp's internal regulations, in the event that the chief executive officer is absent for over 12 management meetings, the supervisory board is entitled to commence a vote to elect the next chief executive officer. As the pendulum strikes heavily against the well-mounted vintage quartz clock, sharp second-hand heralds a new cycle of ceaselessly running amid the ticking sounds. It's time. Well then, the vote starts. In the dimly lit room, the board members are seated on couches, passing around the precious paper documents in their hands. Whispers break the silence occasionally, but soon only the rustling of pages prevails. Once he takes over the role of the chief executive officer from there, I endorse the replacement of the chief executive officer with Leonardo Norman. I endorse the replacement with Leonardo Norman. I abstain. The votes have exceeded half. Just one more. Wait. Pink-haired girl in the exquisite dress appears special. Victoria! You shouldn't be here. Go back. She walks straight into the conference room without even giving Leonardo a glance. According to Chapter 5, Article 11 of the Norman Mining Corp internal rules, direct relatives of the chief executive are eligible to run for the next chief executive. I, Victoria Norman, am hereby applying to become a chief executive candidate. Victoria! Victoria, you of all people should know that this is not a place to play house. Leonardo has garnered many benefits from Norman Mining Corp., including protecting the group's assets during the military strike on Colonel Labs in Babylonia. But you, Victoria, what can you bring to the Norman Mining Corp? I have a lead on Dominic's legacy. Dominic's legacy is crucial to the reactivation of the zero-point energy reactor and all the glory of the Golden Age. Oh! So Dominic did leave something behind. I was kind of wondering, because it's like, if Dominic really has faith in them, he should have at least left something behind. Especially if he somehow found a way to digitize himself. You'd think there'd be like some kind of clue or hint or something that would lead us to him. But I see. That would be something dangerous, because this is kind of the thing that Trillard was worried about before, right? Whoever can get an upper hand in the world government would basically change the way the world is. And it's also why the ARU had also kind of like created their own forces, right? For like after the world has been saved, what happens next? And they try to take advantage of it and take over with practically a whole bionic army. I guess with Dominic's legacy, it would give them a lot of influence to do so. So like instead of the world government being it, or Kurno, or any of them, the Mining Corp group could be the next one. It is also what Norman Mining Corp has been pursuing all along. What? Victoria, do you even know what you're doing? Of course I do. Babylonia previously intercepted a message sent from Gestalt. The content was nothing out of the ordinary, but this message had no recorded transmission backup, and there's no trace of it in the existing data within Gestalt. Babylonia immediately began internal analysis. It eventually found this message from the Golden Age in the Dusty Archive. After comparing the timestamps, they confirmed that this was no silly prank or April Fool's joke. I think everyone here knows what that means, right? It's a piece of information that shouldn't exist. Dominic built Gestalt, and Gestalt holds more information about Dominic than anything else. But after the transfer of Gestalt and Dominic's disappearance at the zero-point energy reactor, why the data in Gestalt can no longer be accessed. Oh shit, they have that information too? Damn, that's not good. I thought only the people in Babylonia knew. Well, I guess there could just be a rat. Again. Wouldn't be too surprising, because everyone has their own agenda. The data wall has been breached from the inside. This is our opportunity to intervene. The heralds of Norman Mining Corp will lead us back to the golden times of our glory. Am I the one going crazy, or is it you, my dear Victoria? Leonardo. There are many things that aren't as they seem. During the trade meeting, I've already reached an agreement with the military. If the plan passes, Norman Mining Corps will sell helium-3 to the military at 25% below market price and provide some specific data from the time of the salt's construction. Oh shit, okay. With this as our bargaining chip, Norman Mining Corps will dispatch technical and research personnel to join the military's investigation into the sealed data of Gaston. Oh, I see. Right, because the military was kind of involved. Norman Mining Corps still holds the long end of this stick. We once assisted Dominic in building the foundation of the first generation Gaston. We participate in the entire construction of Gaston. As long as we can extract Dominic's legacy for the sealed data, with Norman Mining Corps' technological capabilities, we can develop new innovative devices, new constructs, and even a large-scale cleansing of the punching virus to reconstruct Earth's zero-point energy reactor. Oh, okay. So, kind of what Kurino was initially trying to do, but even more. But I guess it would be more capable for the Norman Mining Corps, because, like Victoria said, from what we learned in Polaris Bond, Norman Mining Corps did have a big role to play in the construction of Gaston, so they're probably the closest to the information to, like, okay, what was it that they took away access from? How can we reconstruct it? Can we dissect it to see what we can do to alter it or make it better? Because maybe they can even figure out the truth of the punch virus. I mean, unlikely, but right now they're the only other players in the game that could actually be the closest to that information. We will inherit Dominic's legacy, looking at a new era for Norman Mining Corps standing where we are. Babylonia. Still nothing? No. The operational speed is far from what it was before with the parts changed. Damn it. What if we don't replace them? If we don't do that, and assuming all of our factors are controlled for, and by other factors, I mean all components processing precision meeting the IT1 standard, this is what we're going to end up with based on the new model of your new plan. Do you really want to carry this mini central purification filter on a mission? Not to mention that, according to the current ground reports, the spread speed and concentration of the punishing virus in the hetero zone mean that even if this small external filtration device is 60% more efficient than a standard protective suit, still isn't enough to purify the virus. Moving on to Plan B then. Still not working, huh? Don't be sad. The military would have asked us and the Science Council to conduct joint research if there was a no-brainer. Science Council, Engineering Force, Cosmos Technicians Union. Nearly all of Babylonia's top experts in invert device technology, energy dynamics, and omega weaponry are here. Zero-point energy engine on the moon has reached its operational limit within the area, but the omega weapons produced is still a mere drop in the bucket for this disaster. Without the omega weapons line of defense, the hetero creature's attacks will intensify, and the rising concentration of the punishing virus will further deter ordinate constructs. Right, because that's a thing that has kind of arisen from this whole thing. It's like, now it's not just the regular punishing. It's these new hetero creatures that also came from, like, the hetero fragments in space. It's like a new breed. From the day the Heterozone disaster restarted, no one here has really had a moment of rest. The research labs and testing ground are brightly lit. Researchers work tirelessly through the night, each trying to find the best solutions. While fully committed to creating the second hyperreal specialized frame, they continue to progress in many other directions. The intricacies of specialized frames mean they can't be mass-produced, but researchers must create new devices that can adapt to more constructs. Is there a way to enhance the purifying capacity of the omega weapons? Is there a way to develop a new kind of external filter? Is there a way to save more constructs and human lives? Everything they're doing now aims slowly to turn the unknown into a possibility. Carnina and Teddy fall silent as they look at the model on the table together. Well, Why don't we use the Inver device for modifications like we did before? Mika, why are you still here? Constructs don't need to sleep. My mentor and I revisited Dr. Callan's research on the Inver device. We haven't exactly teased apart this technological black box, but we made some other discoveries. The goal of the Inver device is to neutralize the punishing virus. But due to limitations in its materials, technology, and other various factors, all current mass-produced Inver devices have a processing limit, which prevents ordinary constructs from entering areas with higher concentrations of the punishing virus. So, based on this, if we equip the Inver device with a more powerful processor, that's out of the question! The Inver device is more complicated than any device we currently know. We can't just modify the processor in the Inver device when we've lost as much data as we have. The risk is indeed high. With the inherent dangers of the Inver device, I'm more worried that the disaster to Early's constructs will happen again. If only we had access to the data Dominic left behind. True, would have saved us a lot of time had we had access to it. What should we do now? Drag Dominic out of Reactor 1? Well, we don't need to go that far. That's just wishful thinking. Now why don't we spend some time simulating a few more options if y'all got some time to mope around with long faces. Dominic has been gone for a while now, but time doesn't stop when heroes leave. And your research paper shouldn't stop just because Dominic is gone. Hey, we should still go with the plan we discussed yesterday. We'll start with the Omega weapons. If we can't alter the Inver device, should we consider adding a more powerful external processor? Yep. Are you thinking of using Gestalt? Yep. What about the issue of the reverse infection of Gestalt? I've read all the data from when Gestalt was compromised, and in the interest of playing it safe, I suggest we install needles for monitoring mind and electromagnetic pulse frailty rings on the constructs participating in the experiment. I will participate in the experiment. Electromagnetic pulse frailty rings. Do you really think that's gonna outrun the punishing virus? Forget it. Look, here's a solution I got for you. If the initial plan works, I'll establish a small isolation area within Gestalt. All incoming data will only pass through the isolation area, and if reverse infection occurs, we'll immediately abandon the infected region and destroy it. By integrating the Inver device into Gestalt, we can amplify consciousness and enhance the processing power of the Inver device. New test models quickly construct. Success rate is over 60%. Assemble a new team to start rehearsing the new option. Karenina and Rika will lead the group. Teddy and I will be assisting. The rest of us here will continue working on what we've been working on. Hand me another wrench. And don't ask dumb questions like what happened to the last one. I'm not. Teddy, hold on. Yes. That thing from Xanthos. Dominic's invitation. Have you figured out the second lock? Not yet, but I've already figured out some computational patterns. It likely uses a data lock with the conundrum algorithm from the Golden Age. It looks complex, but it's not entirely unsolvable. I just need more time. The Golden Age. After all, it's Dominic's invitation. Dominic. If we use the 0-point energy reactor, maybe we can finish this part like this. The 0-point energy reactor? Why are you bringing that up again? Isn't that supposed to be our last resort? Many projects are launched with the 0-point energy reactor as a prerequisite. I just heard 2 researchers over there saying how they want to connect the Omega weapon to the 0-point energy reactor to bump up its output rate. And then what? Fire a cannon from the moon and blow up Earth? That would indeed rid us of the punishing virus, though. Well, I wasn't part of their discussion. Speaking of which, Dominic was the one overseeing production of the 0-point energy reactor, no? Could I have something to do in common with the Inver device? Dominic. We've been hearing that name a lot these days. Did Dominic manage to solve the punishing virus? Not really. Did Dominic come up with the specialized frames too? Not quite. He did make the Inver device, but it's Asimov and his team that completed the specialized frames. The engineering force can't just rely on a captain like you, Carnina, to build skyscrapers. And our research team can't always depend solely on Dominic. Dominic? What Dominic? I think I understand what you're trying to say. Dominic left behind so much technology, yet remains nothing more than someone of the past. As long as we keep moving forward and like migratory birds and salmon swimming upstream, life will find a way. The future is where hope lies, no? What purpose does civilization serve exactly, if all it does is rely on one person for progress? What's up with you today? You're being a little strange. Or did some key word trigger this special mode of yours? Was it the last resort or reactive power supply? I got a bit too excited. It's nothing. Maybe I'm just a little tired. Fire cannon and blow up Earth? You might as well blow up your brain. Yeah, that would do it. I really don't want to deal with your grumpy face. But what happened? Just got a notification. The heterozone is still spreading. Based on data from the Grey Ravens and the Everlead squads, the Red Tide is already approaching the clean zone. And the Grey Ravens uploaded some very important news. The hetero creatures might be forming a community. Poor signal reception. It's hard to make out what's going on in the video. Footage first shows some humans in military boots before showing Lucia fighting in the distance. For Lucia is a sprawling red tide, and her creatures are sitting in groups among the trees, apparently observing the situation. Look over here. Alert. Information. Launch assault. They've started to form groups. There's no time left. First of all, Grey Raven found a hetero creatures demonstrating group behavior during their investigation, which has never been seen before. On locations where we've seen this behavior change the hetero creatures, including those in the heterozone, are spreading outside the clean zone and arc. Simply put, we cannot guarantee that the existence of the clean zone hasn't caused unexpected mutations. Mutations? If all hetero creatures exhibit group behavior, they also seem to be working together. Seems like they're being controlled. Right, because that was the same thing last time, right? Because they weren't just charging recklessly or without any sense of direction. They were actually figuring out what to do. I forgot that happened in Polaris Spawn. This has been described in witness and combat reports since the beginning of this year. The hetero creatures were pretty crazy before, but they seem to be moving slowly in an orderly fashion just now when we saw them from the airplane. Anyway, all we know now is that they're slowly moving north, and it'll keep getting harder for us to launch counterattacks and break through. Saw branches of the red tide spread unhindered through the soil. They repeat and they inherit. They gradually reach the branch of the treetop. Species compete for survival, and desire drives their evolution. Plundering and devouring. They are about to develop their own civilization. So, show you something in my phone. With the simple ceremony complete, new tombstones and fresh hopes hanging from the branches. You got everything packed? We need to leave soon. You're sure we're gonna find ourselves a new home? Commander. Lucia? There's a red tide ahead. We picked up a sign of a bunch of hetero creatures. The red tide is rising and coming your way. Copy. Come join us quickly. Copy. Kind of but wonder why the reception is as poor as it is when Lucy is supposedly not that far from where you are. No cut. Having no time to contemplate, your related needs to live in Lucia right away. There's no time. We have to get out of here immediately. Let's go and get the supplies we have stored up in the back. Hold on. We're out of time. Is there anything else that needs to be done? Gamira? I haven't had the chance to thank you yet. Or for you, I probably... Living may feel pointless. At least I'm still breathing and have something to hope for. Is there anything I can do? Not as badly injured as the others. I can still move. You're still recovering. You shouldn't be doing this kind of work. It's alright. I can still walk. If these items go here, I'll push them over. But don't worry. At least I can still walk. If we move quickly, the chance of meeting or rescuing Gary increase, even just a little. He's a good lad. I even promised I'd help him find a girlfriend later. Don't worry. Go do what you need to do. Fine. It's okay to be rescued. You can't just sit around and wait for others to save us. This land is yours as much as it is ours. In today's world, there are no true survivors. You should take a break, young lady. You've been working for a while now. Even constructs need to take care of themselves. Guardian, hi. Yo, what's up, Guardian? How you been? Did you do the Kratos boss fight yet? No, not yet. I'm actually gonna do it after this one. And just get started on it. Just because it's like, I did the same thing with a Dead Master. Like, even though I didn't complete the whole event thing, I still started anyway, so... might as well do the same thing here, too. It's because this group of refugees in particular has a lot of supplies? No, it's not that. I presume it's because things on Earth have gotten better. No, it's not either. The red tide hetero creature surging in, humans now face a shrinking living space. In this world, no one is truly a survivor. Liv? Commander? You're severely injured. Don't move. Your legs need to be held in place. Lucy has secured a safe location. The red tide flooded the previous settlement. The Grey Ravens team had already relocated with this group of refugees to an area far from the red tide. As they're settling down, a group of unexpected individuals approached the camp. I helped the new player finally get his Lunar Oblivion after 7 hours of grinding. Dang! Nice work, both of you. Yeah, I think I'm like only like 10 pulls away from getting the guaranteed for it, so hopefully I can get it. Yes, I mean, we wouldn't have been here without them. You do the war zone dying trick, you'll get all... Oh, right, yeah, I keep forgetting that's a thing. Why? Why didn't you guys show up sooner? Why'd you withdraw the patrol nearby? If only you guys had come to our rescue from that way. If only you showed up sooner. She wouldn't have died. If only you'd come a bit earlier. Just a bit earlier. She wouldn't have died. My mom. I don't want to see her in the red tide. What am I supposed to do? Son of my husband. Why is Babyloni's rescue team always late? Nobody would have chosen to be born in a world like this if they had a choice to. For our cousins such accusations, they know that silence is their best response. The patrol was withdrawn because constructs are susceptible to the virus too. You wouldn't want to battle infected constructs while dealing with the red tide, would you? But that doesn't mean Babylonia could just abandon humans on Earth. Are you enjoying the story so far? I mean, I just started this one because I finished the extra story chapter 4 last stream. But I'm definitely getting a better understanding of like Gestalt and some of these other groups as well. And it's like, damn, there were so many groups just trying to one out each other. Oh, so you're in chapter 16? No, not yet. I'm supposed to do the one after Fake Ascension. I think that's chapter 14, but I'm not there yet. Because I want to at least do this event one. Well, even though I know it's like actually chapter 29, but I just wanted to get this out of the way now so then I can take my time when getting to the other chapters I'm behind on, you know? I mean, I know it'll still be there waiting for me, but, well, you know, just that sense of wanting to learn more, especially since it does have connections to Polaris Bond and the other one before. Hey, it's not like that. We're not giving up on anyone, and that's why we came. Cry if you need to. Grief is a divine right given to humanity, and tears are the proof of the lives once lived. The sun will rise again, right? Sounds like this food is the best comfort for sorrow. Friction between the two groups of refugees quickly subsides. So sitting around a bonfire and sharing it upon a steaming wild vegetable soup. Yes, I'm Liv, and you are? Didn't think I'd run into you here. Do you remember Conservation Area 43? You saved me once. I followed you to Conservation Area 46. I was going to head back to Conservation Area 43 to meet with you guys when I heard you defeated the two monsters, but I came to thank you. I don't think I would have survived with the last bit of serum you gave me. Here, I got a little something for you. What's this serum too? You saved me when you poured out the last bit of serum and cleaned it with saline. I kept this bottle, filled it up with soil from the basement, and planted a seed I found in the crack of a car. And this is what it's like now. Tiny in the glass too, the delicate green shoot wobbles, looking every bit as fragile as it is resilient. Thank you, but I don't think I can take... The crowd huddles for warmth by the bonfire, but the one person they wish to see is absent. Where's Lucille? Well, she's probably fine-tuning her vehicle. See? That one over there. These traces of the red tide are sure hard to get rid of. Pretty sure Mika would have known what to do if she'd been here. Lucille? Huh? Hey, Grey River Commandant. Santos. Didn't know Commandant have names, too. I thought y'all would just call Commandant 1, 2, and so on. Well, if Nicola was in charge, probably. Thanks for what you did back there tonight. Huh? What? Thank you for speaking up tonight. See, we're not terribly good at handling things like this. Oh, that. It's nothing. There's no point in putting blame. Their sorrow is justified, but you haven't done anything wrong. As someone who benefited from your rescue, I couldn't directly take your side and speak up for you back then. I mean, I probably would have been the one crying had your transport craft landed over there. Fair point, because that's the thing, it's like, even we have limited amount of people to help out, so we can't always save everybody. But it's like, we're at least doing the best we can to save as many people. Sorry, is that a bad joke? Sometimes Mika says I can't read the room. It's fine. You've had our fair share of encounters like the one from today, but it never gets easier when you see people suffering. If there'd been no red tide, there'd been no hetero creatures. The Punisher vows never happened in the first place. People who have been living the most ordinary of lives in this world, no? There's no need to beat yourself up over things from so long ago. There's no what if in this world, right? Most of the refugee groups on Earth dislike Babylonia because of the Great Evacuation. I don't know if it's because I was too young to remember things, or if it's because my thoughts of what life was like back then haven't really changed. But I always find Earth more livable and comfortable than Babylonia. Calling it Babylonia makes it sound nicer than it is, when it's just a cage hanging in the sky. Well, let's not forget that you've got to deal with all the corrupted and hetero creatures on Earth. Babylonia isn't absolutely safe, is it? Yeah, she's not wrong. We've been hacked into one time and almost fell on the Earth. We almost got attacked by that abandoned space station. Crystal Spiral Tower flashing in your mind. See who senses the answer from your sights and smells. Look, in this world, no one is truly a survivor. Babylonia is good in some ways, and so is Earth. Constructs fight endlessly for humanity to return to Earth, and humans should do their part too. With our hands, our minds, our vehicles, we don't need anyone to pity us. We can save ourselves. We will survive, no matter what. A civilization will forever be rooted in Earth. The bonfire lives calculating the expansion speed and direction of red tide. So, the red tide is completely random. The current expansion speed of the red tide is almost 3 to 4 times faster than before. Its direction is completely unpredictable. Judging from the pattern of the last tide, the route I scouted this morning should be safe. Well, it's a good thing that Commandant had me scout ahead, or else we'd have all been seriously screwed. Completely random. Well, let me think about it some more. Red tide, heterozone, expansion, maybe sense of deja vu, mind, anomaly. These ideas pop in your mind, but you can't quite seem to connect the dots. Let's report this. Strange. Even the signal booster isn't working. Could it be that Babylon's communication satellite is malfunctioning? Why are you the one handling this mission? I have requested a transfer order from Nicola. A transport craft from the nearest conservation area is already on its way to pick you up. What's going on? In short, we're planning to add an external interface to the infrared device and connect it to Gestalt, which is going to amplify consciousness and enhance the infrared device's processor. Gestalt? To receiving the so-called Dominic's invitation from Chu, you had a lengthy encrypted conversation with Asimov. Based on Chu's description, Asimov deduced that Dominic might be a set of data stored within Gestalt that entered Washi's simulation through Gestalt itself. Well... Are you sure? So far, you're the only commander who is engaged in operations within Gestalt. We need you to collaborate with the constructs for this experiment. Right. Yeah, because the other ones, we don't know how much it would actually affect them. We, at least, are still sane after all that. Pretty sure it's gonna work just fine. The transport craft will arrive in about 5 minutes. Get ready. I'll fill you in on the specifics once we're back in Babylonia. I received a new mission order to help the refugees enter the clean zone with Liv. Commandant? No matter what happens. Oh, so am I actually going to be with a whole new team? One phase of the experiment temporarily complete, the team members hurry off to take a rest. Teddy sits alone with a blank face behind the unfinished prototype while going through her terminal. Ain't got nothing on Victoria. Huh. It's just sad. You even had the old man to help you. Christina. It's buried there is the seed of civilization. Your father went on a great mission. You must follow his path, trace his footsteps, bring back his legacy. Only Dominic can lead humanity back to Earth. What, is she actually, like, related in some way to Dominic? Or just maybe, like, she's close to one of his old friends or something? Bunch of nonsense. Can a fate pursued where flesh and bones find its way to divinity? Even if Dominic once led Norman Mining Corps to great heights. Leonardo, you better have a way to stop them. Or else. Project Hero cannot be reinitiated, no matter what. Certain beliefs should not be revisited, nor should meaningless sacrifices be glorified. She intercepts the information she needs and ponders for a moment before forwarding it. She also has connections at the Norman Mining Corps. Oh, right, I forgot. I said I was literally gonna do the thing. I mean, it might be a bit of a spoil for me, but it's just like a boss fight, so it'll be fine. With defeat Cradle, blah 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 blah. Omniframes recommend. The fuck does that mean? Oh. Oh, okay, this team. Wait, Lamia? She's an option too? Okay. Crap, I don't know what the options are for this team. I don't know what you're supposed to say which position though. Ah boy. Okay, shit. If only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here. Let's see. And on the tutorial. I guess we just do it like this.
私が隊長
A dark
待って待って本気なの
Again, I don't know how this is gonna work. I'm just putting them on the team and going.
しょぼいミッションばっ
Right. Lamia is the middle, Teddy's in the blue. Oh, okay, okay. So I was getting there, but I just messed up. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Guardiana Nessa. Alright.
戦闘なんて
And now this.
しょぼいミッションばっかりやらせんじゃねえよ
Okay. And I still keep Lamia as the starter, right? I'm gonna assume that's probably what's with there. Alright, let's do this. I'm curious how Kratos gonna be as a boss. Ooh! I barely dodged that. What? Oh, it's one of these where it's like the B move doesn't like go automatically. Oh damn it, I missed. Oh no. Yeah, I'm not used to Lamia, so that's why this is all like kind of new to me.
静かにしろ来なさい
You can keep Lamia in the front. So oh, okay. Ah boy, what does she have? Oh! What the hell? Oh my gosh, she actually just fired a laser from there? Dude, how much range she got? Ah damn, I knew I should have gone farther away. Okay, yeah, I'm not doing so hot. Well then again, this is just the first try, so it is just like practice. Of course I'm not gonna excuse it from everything. Hit A and hit B, do this twice. Oh. There we go. Oh, damn it. I was 1 second off from dodging it. Oh, it didn't have a second phase. Or then again, Kratos might have a second phase later. Probably just because I'm on the first level. Okay, so 2P hit B twice in that same pattern, then do it. Yeah, second phase. Oh, okay. Okay, that'll be the more difficult one. Oh, right, I keep accidentally pressing A at times when it's like, no, accepting is B on this controller. Okay. Alright, let's do it. Alright, let's do it. Damn it! I keep missing it. Oh no, I pressed it too early. I was supposed to wait for the upper ping first before I tried anything. And then... Wait, did she just get more health? What is this? Or is that a shield? Oh no, don't tell me she has a shield. Okay, yeah, just stay away. So we get hit by that laser. Oh no, I should have done more. There. Yes. Okay. Oh, should have dodged. Yes. This? Oh, shit. Oh, I was wondering. Alright, just... Oh, I see. So this is kind of why you also need Lammy to be able to dodge some of this. Okay. I actually can't see that. Oh, damn it! I need to anticipate a lot of her attacks better. There we go. I keep forgetting these things can just hit me like projectiles. I really am gonna have to keep my distance from her. Ah, damn it, I lost my dodges. Nope. Okay, he's got some healing. Yeah, obviously this is even worse attack than I had with the last one. Okay. Really gonna have to time my dodges a lot better there. I mean, I could also counter, but I feel like I'm better, at least slightly, at my dodging and countering. Okay, let me see. The pink bar is the nihil element. Oh, it's the nihility. I see. So that's what that is. Babel Tower incoming. Oh shit, here we go. Alright, just give me this next one. Thank you. Alright, let's do level 3. I'll just do at least this one, then I'll move on with the story. Level Tower is the hardest mode in PGR. My roster is built for this. Damn, you're like pumped up for this. Meanwhile, I still got a ways to go. Alright, let me see if I can figure this out. Blue difficulties, true defense. I swear, I'm never gonna get this timing right. Oh my god. I'll be honest, when I was first playing as Lamia, I thought she was more just like a ranged fighter. I didn't think it was like she'd be continuously dragging the spear towards her. Because I'm like, I can't really dodge some of these, but that's because I'm moving towards it. Which is so weird. Nope. Alright, just gonna take my time with this. And she can more HP bars? Ah, great. Just what I needed. And I'm gonna keep my distance for now. Please fade when she moves. Just help if she moves the wrong way. Yeah. Come on. Like, honestly, I am gonna kind of have to play the waiting game with this, because god damn it. Alright, give me away. Honestly, this battlefield is so boring the way I'm doing it, but it's like, I can't do anything about it because Lamia keeps just moving towards it, or towards Cradle, and then I just keep getting hit by the butterflies. It's like, that's gonna stack up in time if I'm not careful. That's the thing. That's why I hate it, but it's what it is. Don't worry, it doesn't matter how you play as long as you win. Yeah, but again, I'm trying to like manage my health because that's the one thing I always keep forgetting to do in this game. That's why sometimes I do worse when it's like I could just like beat them when I do 1v1s with characters, but you really need to. Oh yeah, I know. But again, it's like, you gotta run out of this. Oh shit. Oh, is she like affecting a barrier at those times? Oh yeah, you're right. I actually do need the others for this because I'm not able to do this. Getting out of here. I think I mean switch to Teddy. Oh, okay, so just switch to her automatically. Nope. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. I would just say I did not really know how to use her. But again, I will just say that I did not do well to try to adapt as well. Oh my god, I'm at half health now. Great. And I also don't have strength. See, that's what I mean. It's like, I really need to do a better job at managing my health. Have you used it yet? Damn. Crap. But I will be gonna build. I got a builder, and I think I have her at S rank now, I think. Ah, damn it. Yeah. I'm at to restart this. Gonna have to reset. Yeah. That was just terrible. But okay, at least I know. Oh my god. Can you see me? Great, I got hit again. Okay. I have it down to. I have Cradle down to let's help the lesson. Oh shit. Oh, I thought she was gonna do the other move. Oh, there we go.
聞きなさい私たちの声をデータ
There we go.
こ
Finally.
れがあなたの実力
Yeah, my best option is just to get into QT for that. When it gets to the pink. Oh shit, here we go.
物語を抹
Oh no.
消します
Oh no, she turned to evil Zayla.
どなたが
Perfect.
主人公なのでしょう
Alright, I'm turning back. Nope. Oh, Oh no. He's pulling a Calpus on me. No.
物語を抹消
Pulling
し
it on
ま
the
す
Crown King.
泡のように消え
As
ろ
long as Teddy stays alive, he can win. Yeah.
出ていけ静かにし邪魔者めデバッグ完了出ていけ邪魔者め
At least I am maneuvering better in this stage. Now I really am seeing why you need Lance.
沈め海の底に
Don't hold your invincibility frame for the win. Ah, yeah. Right. I keep forgetting that hers actually gives me more invincibility frames from it.
私デバッグ完了泡のように
Let's do it again though.
消えろ邪魔者め出ていけ滅びろ物語を抹消しますデバッグ完了沈め海の底に
Yes! Okay.
やっと終わった
Definitely did much better in that
余裕
attempt.
かな
But I could definitely still do Teddy much better. Okay, maybe that came out wrong, but you get the point. Okay. I might save abundance for later. Just to at least move the story along. But alright, I'm making decent progress. I definitely did a lot better here than I did in the match 2. So I will take that. Alright, let's continue with this. I want to ask, Guardian, I don't know if you've already cleared this by now, because, I mean, you're fast at this kind of game, but have you already cleared this, and would you say that this is shorter than the Polaris Bond chapter, or would you say this is about the same or less? Because, I mean, so far, I'm already on my second fight here, and it's like, I feel like that's less than 4. I'm reading in chronological. Oh, okay, I got you. Fine. That's reasonable. Yeah, I would do it too, but I just can't afford to wait that long when it's like there's so many. Babylonia. Leonardo of Norman Mining Corp to face fierce competition. No telling who will be the next CEO. Story's getting long at this point in time with all the patches. Ah, okay. Yeah, fair. Victoria claims to hold Dominic's legacy. The board members. The FGO levels along, but it's getting along. Yeah, true. Because Polaris Bond took fucking forever. I will say that much. Like, goddamn. There was so much. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that it does help understand, but it was a lot longer than I thought. I was like, okay, great. It's like reading the textbook. But again, the information was valuable, so I'm not going to complain as much about it, but still. Definitely felt longer than Watanabe's. So take it easy, Mr. Norman. Or perhaps I should be more careful to call you Leonardo instead. I can't believe you're here to poke fun at me when I'm already suffering. Victoria sure is coming at me with all she's got. Nothing can rival now Severus levels along. Yeah, that's fair. Except for maybe Arc Knights? I wouldn't know. I stopped Arc Knights a long time ago. Again, not that Arc Knights was a bad game, but it's like the way you literally had to fix your teams into like a very certain aspect to continue the story to like win certain battles, it definitely annoyed me to that point. Because I was stuck like I don't remember what it was, but it's like still the early chapter. It's like I had to make like a low level team that can still like do all the stuff that needs to, and I'm like, I ain't got time to like increase all those. I just want to use the best units that I currently have. I don't want to be too limited. You feel me? Recognize the size of the 3. Damn, you for real? Even when it's like there's not much like clear action being active in it. This doesn't seem like just your dear little sister's doing, right? No way a little girl who's been living in a sanatorium all this time could stir up a scene like this. Of course, that old man never truly trusted me. He only trusts himself and Dominic, wherever he may be. I may look like the political representative of Norman Mining Corps, a respected senator, since I've never been the heir he had in mind to begin with. I've acquired all the power I have now through trickery. But I was surprised to see what's become of Victoria. When did that even happen? Probably when you were out goofing around telling her that Christina was busy working. Well, you got to lie to kids sometimes to put their mind at ease. I would have been a terrible adult had I let her face this dark and terrifying world that early on in their life. Looking back now, I don't think your lies today ain't good at all. Honestly, an artist stays silent. So, what do you plan to do now? Raise the white flag and pledge allegiance to our great Queen Victoria. Not too bad. You might be better off. Speaking of which, you still owe me overtime pay. Triple pay. All my projects are basically stalled. How am I supposed to pay you that amount of... Well, considering your credit standing, I'll allow you to defer payment. So what's really going on now? Ah, Victoria's been spreading her news through every channel possible. More than half of the board is on her side now. This is happening because the old man still holds great power and supports her from behind the scenes, but there's more to that. Norman Mining Corps rose to prominence thanks to Dominic's influence. Isn't Norman Mining Corps just a simple gold mining company? Mining alone wouldn't have been able to sustain the corporation for so long. Alright. I don't know what was happening back then, but the old man always said that Norman Mining Corp wouldn't have been what it is today without Dominic. Besides, Dominic's legacy sounds way more intriguing than new energy exploration and development. Well, what's your plan exactly? I don't believe you're just gonna let things go. You sure know me like the back of your hand. I think I'm just going to join Victoria. We don't drop this topic now. My bad, my bad. I suspect the old man wants Victoria to become the new Herald. Herald? How do they plan to restart that project? Didn't hit me as a surprise though. So for Christina and me, everyone from the old man to the workers at Norman Mining Corp firmly believes that. The heralds of the Norman Mining Company will bring back its glory in the golden age of the Norman Mining Corps. They're using information that shouldn't exist sent by Gestalt to use Babylonia's research into restart Project Herald. Currano. Any news from Collins? Him? He's been lying low these days to avoid military. And I'm afraid we won't be getting more out of him without Victoria exercising her pressure. But Victoria probably doesn't know that you're on my side. Huh? Are you sure? You were officially my security consultant, but I had quite a few at the same time. Not just you. and all your previous salaries were like those of other mercenaries the Norman Mining Corps hired. You'll get paid straight out of public accounts. I got you a maintenance leave when you went to Conservation Area 109 last time. You're welcome. Is that why I had a pay cut that month? Leonardo Norman. Easy. I'll compensate you double at the triple rate. Now back to business. In theory, Victoria isn't going to notice you. Colonists probably won't bother bringing this up to the old folks either. I'll make a big announcement about competing with Victoria and push some of my projects to make life a little difficult for my dear little sister. As for you, just keep showing up to work as usual. Cozy up to Victoria's security consultants and find out what clue she has on Dominic's legacy. We have to start Project Herald. At all costs. What? Project Herald? Haven't you heard? Everyone's talking about it. The power struggle at Norman is practically turning Babylonia upside down. Okay. Oh, how many shards are left to offer now that we have PPC reward? Wait, what? I'll be honest, I don't think nothing's really changed because I haven't really done that grinding because, like I said before, I was just focused on Wuthering Waves and finishing stuff for Star Rail. I haven't got around to it, but I will try to get back into that now and try to get more shards. I have a friend working at Norman who says the higher-ups are recruiting a new batch of heralds to push some kind of plan. The pay is great, apparently. What's with that look on your face? This is how I look when I hear something disgusting. Leonardo, there's a long way to go. What did you say? Why are you whispering all of a sudden? I see. PBC is giving triple the rewards to your section. And the SS faster. Okay. I have to remember to do that more often now. But thank you for letting me know. I was just asking you to decide who you're going to hook up to Gestalt. Mika was going to apply, but she's the only one left in the Inver device research area. Anne has to assist from outside now because the instructor fell ill. Then Asimov wanted to get connected, but we had to turn him down into a construct first to do that. The old heads of the Science Guild the Science Council made it absolutely clear that they didn't want to do that, so we gave up. I mean, I could probably do that too. You mean you could take your blast hammer in there and smash Gestalt? We have a designated isolation zone set up already, and abandoning the contamination zone is something even could do if I press a button. Let me do it then. Wait, you? But you tell people you're a tech person, no? Just because these real-time experiments are just models doesn't mean they're risk-free. Think your frame can stand it? Remember how many times you turned me down when I offered to come up with new frames for you? All you did was change up some parts and codings unwillingly. Karnina. Just in time. Teddy's here too. Commander Nikola. Norman Mining Corps will be part of the Inver device experiment this time. We've reached an agreement with Norman Mining Corps. Loeb has along some initial construction data about Gestalt, including some confidential files from the time of the Great Evacuation to help with relocating part of it. Their request is to participate in selecting the first construct for the connection experiment. Additionally, they hope to send in technicians to be involved in the entire experiment. So who did they choose? You. You have the right to choose and the right to veto. Nope, don't think I'm gonna do either of that. The test model is built. I can start the experiment anytime once the tuning is complete. Grey Raver Commander has already accepted the orders and is returning urgently. Xantos will ensure your mind remains as stable as possible. As much as I hate that guy. Mind you, though, that the assignment isn't completely risk-free, which is what I love about taking part in it. Of course, I know what I'm getting myself into. There's no need to waste time. Part of my job anyway. We only lose more lives on Earth for every minute passing by. Never forget the value of life, right? Seriously, I can handle this experiment on my own. You're just going to get in my way. Any idea who said that? This isn't the time to bring up old grudges. Transport carrying Xanthos has arrived at Babylonia. Don't worry, everything will be fine. Babylonia, 14 p.m. New testing ground is located next to the computing power center in Babylonia. It's intended to make it easier for Gestalt connection experiments to be conducted. Hand me another X22 control stick. Are you munching on parts? Where'd you put that control stick just now? Carnina. Xanthos, you sure got here fast. Give us a few sec here. Teddy, another X22 control stick, I said. On it, on it. Are you sure this thing you made isn't just gonna send me off somewhere? Who are those people? Who are you talking about? The guys in the lab coats? Blind followers, unrealistic dreamers, and practitioners with hollow ambitions. They're researchers from Norman Mining Corps. They struck a deal with the military. They traded in some classified info about Gestalt in exchange for a chance to be part of the experiment. Norman Mining Corps? Why would they want to be part of a military experiment, though? Just them and their unrealistic fantasies about things that don't exist, I think. They're dead sure that the punishing fires would just be scared into leaving Earth if they could dig up even a tiny bit of info about Dominic from the grave. Just one piece of impossible information was enough to make them swarm like flies. God only knows what's going to happen if they ever learn about Dominic. I still can't quite wrap my head around this thing, though. Yes? This whole Dominic thing. When I was young, I used to dream about heroes like this. But I grew suspicious the older I grew. Are we really going to bet all we have on Dominic? Maybe it's because Dominic represents the answer. Nobody would spend time trying to reinvent wheels with their answers ready for them to just copy. But there'll eventually come a time when they run out of answers to copy, no? Shouldn't we be thinking about where the problem actually lies? What worth do we hold if all technology does is rely on archaeology to find answers? Can a hero from the past really save the present? Valid point. There is Dominic, who carries everyone's hopes on one hand. There is mankind, who's dumped on Dominic everything they can't solve on their own, on the other hand. Heroes from the past save the world as it is today. A hero from the past really save the present. If anything, I'm worried that it's like we're gonna be too dependent on him that he just becomes the next ruler because of it. We gotta walk the walk ourselves if we want to go far. Done. Device number 1 test completed. All clear. Device number 2 test completed. All clear. Overall system debugging completed. All clear. Xanthos, remember that time when I explained to you how to dive into Gestalt's program? Yep. When you guys are in there, we'll test for the punishing virus concentration here. Don't worry. Though, since I've put a risk threshold alert in place. Understood? Yep. Now, I've got an additional mission for you while you're in there. I'll need you to check Gestalt's internal data. Talking about Dominic now? Yes. Based on our hypothesis from early on, we believe it's highly likely that Dominic still exists in Gestalt. Except I can't be sure they like or hate each other after all this time. Teddy will be following you closely as you go. Best of luck now. Alright.
侵入完了。危険限界値を知らせる警告装置の起動も成功だ。
Wait, what?
こちらドールベア。
That's how
電波
Asimov
問題
sounds
なく
like?
受信できています。
I had misunderstood his voice this whole time. I thought it was gonna be like the creepy kind of scientist. Damn. Ah well, I would still keep the same voice anyway. I just feel like it. I feel a bit dizzy.
軽いめまいなら侵入による正常反応ね。スター・オブ・ライフで加入している医療保険を使うほどではないわ。
ゲスタルトの内部セキュリティシステムの監視を開始する。どうにかしてさらに深くへ入り込む必要がある。
監視プログラムインストール完了。指揮官、準備はいい
？0.023% computing power log fluctuation compared to last month. Still have the alarm threshold. Yeah, like normal, no registered sending and receiving records.
事前に共有されたデータのかけらはあの情報と同じタイプの波形を持っているのだが極めて微弱だ。
この私ですら見たことのない異常なコードがあるなんてね。
Deemed post. Wow. Lol. The emergency engineering forces notice have been torn off again. Has report grave command fashion discussion. What the hell? Why are they talking about my fashion? Big issue is, have you heard of Dominic's legacy? This exactly.
ゲシュタルトのセキュリティプログラム絶対におかしいわね。無差別攻撃をしてくるかも。指揮官、スタンバイよろしくね。侵入開始。クリーンバグが出た。侵入開始。バグ発見。データ削除。データ削除。侵入開始。データ削除。侵入開始。クリーンヒット。データ削除。クリーンヒット。バグが出た。バグ発見。あの残留データの稼働は妙ね。見に行きましょう。バグが出た。ゲスタルト内部のセキュリティプログラムが起動した。この情報何か入ってる。これはセキュリティプログラムを遮断するための暗号書き。どうしてこんなものがここに？
ああ、だがくれぐれも気をつけるように。
ここに隠したのは一体誰なの？上へ向かいましょう、指揮官。
権限認証成功。お進みください。
新しいセキュリティプログラム。様子がおかしいわ。指揮官、暗号化キーはまだ使える？
システムランエラー不正落成。
こいつらゲスタルト内部のセキュリティプログラムじゃない。バグが出た。バグ発見。クリーンヒット。侵入開始。バグが出た。侵入開始。指揮官、この異常データの対応は後よ。 まずは他のデータを確認するわよ。環境がマッチしていないから現状だと読み込み不可ね。このデータのかけらはアシモフに送って解析してもらいましょう。アシモフ、データの位置に間違いはないですよね。もうゲシュタルトの安全区域の境界ですが。
先ほど共有されたデータのかけらを解析したところ、例の異常データに近づくほど波動幅と目標の合致度が高くなるようだ。該当データの位置を逆探知し、そちらに送った。
Accepting arithmetic deep space detector energy threshold calculation command. Accepting blank detection command. Sending satellite command. Okay. Let's see this one.
読み込み成功。やっぱりね。
未知のデータを持つセキュリティプログラムだな。何をしてかしたらわからん。十分に気をつけ。
データ削除。侵入開始。侵入開始。データ削除。クリーンヒット。この位置情報があれば、あの異常データを介してその空間にジャンプすることが可能よ。アシモフ、万が一何らかの異変が起きたらすぐに侵入プログラムを中止してください。ここが異常データの発信源。変だわ。アシモフ、外部からこの空間のデータフローを観測できますか？
無理だ。お前たちがいる場所は俺が現在観測可能な範囲を超えている。この空間の位置は遅い。
バグが出た。データ削除。バグ発見。バグが出た。データ削除。侵入開始。
Device design. Originally designed to fight a punishing virus, except human mind beacons through decide to name it the invert.
通信が切れちゃった。どうする？入ってみる？
Found it. There you are. A virus? No, doesn't seem like it. More like a glitch from computation. Well, hard to imagine a store would make blunders like this, though. All software comes with glitches, so people say. That might be true, but it's still fishy how we're spotting this glitch now of all time. First trial complete. Ready to disengage from immersion. In 3, 2, 1. Commanded, how are you feeling? I'm feeling okay. Thanks, Link. How's the test data looking? We did observe an enhancement in the invert device's processor for the invert device's connection to Gestalt. Teddy's frame was able to withstand a higher concentration of the punishing virus than we thought it would when we tested it for tolerance the first time. Except Teddy's mind fluctuated harder and harder when the punishing virus grew in concentration. We'll only be able to say more when the experiment report is out, though. By the way, do we know where exactly the glitch is now? Yes, the information that was leaked earlier was in that glitch. There's probably more to it than meets the eye. Message cracked. It's got to do with the invert device. Which means we'll probably come across more data about the invert device if we get inside the glitch. We can't unlock Gestalt's computing power now. It's a Pandora's box, and we don't want to mess with it. But if we focus on the glitch instead of unlocking Gestalt's computing power, and if we keep digging through the glitch when we do another experiment, if we really get our hands on the data, does that mean we'll stand a chance to make the invert device even better? This possibility is undeniable. It didn't take long for a decision to be made. With the exception of a few scientists from the Science Council, most congressmen expressed their support for the initiative. Hard pressed they are, mankind would hold on to any thread of hope in sight. Seems like the young ones from the military have made a significant discovery. Is this some sort of new surprise you left for me, pal? I hold my reservations. I'm against St. Christina on this risky mission. Norman Mining Corps needs a successor to Dominic. Yes, Christina's talents are beyond question. But how does the successor compare to Dominic himself? I hesitated for a long time when I made this move. It seems to have paid off. Christina has indeed exceeded my expectations. The new Herald candidates for Reactor 1 have been fully recruited and are ready to begin at any time. Yes, let's proceed with implementation once we acquire the technology we jointly developed with the military. We can start getting things rolling now. What about Leonardo? Ignore him. We're not stopping at any of his little tricks. Victoria, the supervisory board will definitely be on your side. Go ahead and keep following up. Apply for group support if need be. This batch of heralds, they'll surely go further than the last. We're starting a golden age, and now we shall reach further and higher. We shall guide humanity in the vast starry skies. His father told him long ago that their family's hopes rest on this. He had to seize opportunities like this if he wanted to make this company further than just a mining enterprise. He wants to step forward but can't help feeling anxious. They're probably going to see him as some greedy businessman trying to sniff out the moolah. But here he is, having been chosen. Dominic has chosen him for the most sincere bid and purest of minerals he'd offered. Dominic has led him, Norman Mining Corps, and all of humanity to scale unprecedented heights. Old friend, we will join hands to bring a brighter future to this world. Let's continue. After an ever-long journey, the small group of refugees finally reaches a place that seems safe. Let's set up the camp. The first vehicle comes to a halt. Sounds like the engine signaling the brief peace they're about to experience. I wonder if we'll run into more Gary. Don't worry, If we don't meet them here at this intersection, there'll always be a next one. Encouraged by her perpetually bright smile, the refugees keep moving forward. Lucia, how's everything around us? Safe for now. That's good. Some of these guys are severely injured and we can't move them any further. They need to rest for a while. That's what Liv says blurs into a soft sigh. No one can guarantee that this camp is already a sufficiently safe haven. I've adjusted our focus, or our course. We still have some distance to cover before reaching the clean zone. As long as we can hold out until we get there, we'll be fine. Alright, I'll go check on the engine again. Fortunately, they brought a large amount of supplies earlier. Even though they lost a small portion during their escape, the rest is enough to sustain this small group until they reach the clean zone. It's been so long since I basked in the sun like this. We haven't had time to chat lately. Lucia, does Babylonia get sunshine too? Yes, Babylonia has a weather simulation system to maintain its operations. A simulation system? Sounds like it wouldn't feel as nice as the sun on the ground. Well, Lucia almost forgot what the sun in Babylonia felt like. Simulation system serves the same function as the sun on the ground, but so you can't be sure if she's being fair, but the sun in Babylonia doesn't seem as bright and warm as this one on the ground. The gentle light spreads across her synthetic skin, reminding her of the time spent in their little garden at home. It's a pity. I bet Mika misses the sunlight here. Mika? Yeah, she's my best friend. The very best kind. And she... No, she's not dead. Don't make that face. She went to Babylonia, but she helped a woman with some sort of experiment when she was still around. The woman was a professor from Babylonia and thought Mika had great potential. She said she could help Mika get a special application done to continue her research in Babylonia. The woman said she could take me along too, except I had to go as a construct. But Mika and I took that polymer test or whatever. She passed, but I didn't. Mika didn't want to go because she was feeling upset, so I asked her why. Babylonia's got everything she needed to do her research, and I knew that's what she'd always wanted. Someone's always got to be there to watch over us, and someone has always got to fight for our future. Plus, we can still contact each other through the conservation area. There was even this one time when she used a business trip as an excuse to meet me at a nearby conservation area. Wait, you guys aren't allowed to do that, right? I don't want to get her in any sort of trouble. No, it's okay. Babylon doesn't stop people living there from contacting people living on Earth. I mean, no one could truly detach themselves from Earth anyway. She probably can't bask in the sun like I can, which is a real shame. This forest is really nice. Seeing all this lush wild grass even during this time of the year, which means there has to be a rich water source nearby. I'd totally love to stay here for a few more days. We used to stay here for long whenever we came, but when the first vehicle comes to a stop, the refugees begin to transform the small enclosed plot into a livable space. Simple tents are erected and the quick-handed refugees are already laughing and chatting as they take their muddy clothes to wash. The moon is settled in and their souls soothed by the sunlight sink into deep sleep. Time seems to suddenly come to a peaceful home at this moment. Gotta love moments like this. This is what life should be like. The commander has been back at Babylonia for some time now. Wonder how things are coming along there. I've been recording tasks like this for a while now since we haven't been able to maintain daily contact because of poor reception these days. According to the map on my terminal, we should be very close to the edge of the clean zone now. I spotted traces of the red tide about 100 kilometers around us though. They've spent a long time calculating the movement patterns of the red tide but hasn't found anything so far. The leader of this refugee group told me just a few days ago they'd like to stay here for a while if possible. They believe this place is suitable for setting up camp and rest, and it's close to the clean zone. They want to take some time to recover from the heavy losses they sustained from the escape. I'm not sure how to explain the situation to them. If the commander were here, I'm sure there would be a way to fill the refugees in on the situation, though. Given how close the red tide is to where we are, we'll have to leave either today or tomorrow. Keep moving. Lucia, how's everything looking? We have to get out of here either today or tomorrow. can't predict how fast the red tide is rising, which honestly is making me worried. Living and surviving has become all too common choices. People swept up by the red tide have no right to refuse. Need to make a choice. We've taken another batch of refugees that made it out of the Western Conservation Area. They came with 2 cobbled together vehicles that barely ran, and we had enough space to carry all the wounded. I suppose that's some good news, isn't it? Among the refugees, there's an observer who escaped from the conservation area's observation station. He brought along some data and equipment that he claimed were crucial findings about the Heterozone and for Babylonia. I've checked his ID and he's indeed a registered observer. What's happening? I have to take these tools and documents with me. You people have no idea how precious these things are. You know what? Never mind. No point trying to explain myself when you don't even have what it takes to appreciate them. With all your stuff out of the way, we could fit at least 3 or 5 bags of supplies. Hay, compressed rations, seeds, and even untainted soil would be even more valuable than your pile of junk. Here. We toss out all that trash, we're gonna have so much more space. Don't compare that garbage to these. You people know nothing. Do you realize how valuable this is? You just call food garbage? I mean, that is kind of the issue, right? Because these vehicles, they can only hold so much. And it's like, you have to think about what's more important. I mean, I get that they are close to the clean zone, but at the same time, we don't know how close they are. It could be a couple more days, a couple more hours. And for some people, maybe they might need more food, so it would be better to focus on that. Stop fighting, I said. Didn't you all escape here together? Why are you fighting amongst yourselves? They're an ungrateful bunch. I fixed the vehicle from the observation station and agreed to take them with me. But now they want to dump my equipment and research records. Why would I bother fixing this vehicle if it weren't for these research records and equipment? Should put on the USB. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you probably could. You're going to save people, don't just half-ass it. Have you been eating all that food and seeds? If we'd gotten rid of that junk earlier, we'd have at least room for double the food. Food is life. That pile of junk of your precious papers are just burns during times like these. The observer says nothing but continues to protect the research equipment and stacks of reports behind them. Well, what about you guys? And what about you? Plan to stay and temporarily settle in our camp, or... Lucille? What is it? Their signal, Lucille paused the conversation, moves her lift to the back of the nearby tent. Lucille has found traces of the red tide over 100 kilometers away. How much time do we have left? We have to leave either today or tomorrow. Alright. There's no time to waste. Think Lucia for me, else the red tide might eat us all up while we're sleeping. It's great to have you guys here. I mean, it is at least a nice breath of fresh air for someone to at least understand the situation, right? It's like, we don't want to move them. We want them to at least get comfortable so then they're in a better health when we're moving along. But again, at the same time, it's like, the red tide, we don't know everything about it. It's better to be safe than sorry, so glad to see someone at least being reasonable about this for once. But again, it's like, you can't really expect too much like rationality and morality to take place when it's practically the end of the world, so just count your blessings. Don't worry, I'll get them to pack up quickly. We'll aim to set off tonight. It's a shame we need to leave this place so quickly. This really is a wonderful place to settle. The field is fertile and vast, surrounded by water sources, making it a great location for setting up new farms. With enough resources and time, they could have turned this into a small settlement. During their stay, the refugees even started building fences around the camp and planting edible wild grass for the surroundings. So once their chosen new homeland. Upon hearing Lucille's announcement, the refugees fall silent. world so tough and tainted by mud and smoke, humanity retreats no refuge, losing one home after another. What else can be done? Stop crying! Do you want to stay here and be devoured by the red tide with this place? Or come with me and find a new homeland? The choice is yours. Besides, as long as we're all together, there's always going to be home no matter where we go. Well, that's one way of doing it. Do we all still remember what the old leader said? Crying and standing in sorrow does you no good. Come on, let's move. It's a good thing. We're ahead of those enemies this time. Yes, if it weren't for Lucia's warnings, we might have been caught by the red tide again. At least this time we're all still together. Hurry up and pack your things. I don't want to feed my other leg to the red tide. True. I don't want those ghostly creatures chasing me again. Spurred by Lucille's words, the refugees turned quietly around and gathered their belongings. Even faced with a one-way choice, humans still yearned for life. With life comes miracles. I thought people were gonna lose and stage a protest. I thought you were fearless. Well, no one's truly fearless. I was feeling confident because the old leader had my back. I was feeling confident after that because Mika was there to keep things under control. I don't know what I would have done without you. Getting more and more newcomers these days, and not every one of them lends me an ear like you do. I'd like to officially have you join the For Better Tomorrow rescue team. How's that sound? Thanks, but no thanks. No matter how winding the journey is, they've set off again. Still fearful, so uneasy. But I now know where to go at least. Of course. Look, so the grass I grew is just fine. You just need to transplant it into an empty serum bottle like this. I'll definitely continue to grow and keep you going until we make it to the clean zone. You'll be able to shower with more sunlight and raise an even bigger garden. Under the cover at night, the humans leave where they temporarily called their home. Lucy's vehicle, two small transplanted grass serum bottles laid against each other, to accompany the humans as they ventured into the darkness. Well, these things seem to be going good for them for now. Victoria, do you remember the story I told you before? I do, Grandpa. Remember what I told you about your life and the toil we put in for you. Now it's your turn to fulfill your duty. Don't forget what I asked you to do. Tell the gods to grant us wealth. Ask the gods to gift us with prey. We give you food, joy, and health. Now, it's time to repay us, Victoria. How's the research going? The military's made new breakthroughs and is in the second phase of experiments. The first batch of heralds has begun their transformations. You watching us, old friend? Grandfather, you don't want to overwork your body. It's alright. It's worth celebrating. Let's toast to tomorrow's brilliance. To Dominic. Did you hack into my terminal and change the alarm settings again? If you mess up the traction calculations again, I'll hack into your sleeping pod and lock you inside. Or else you're gonna end up smashing your own fingers with a hammer someday. As far as these additional frame repair costs go, I'm not gonna fill out the reimbursement forms for you. Fuck. You know what? Forget it. Carney, I can't seem to come up with a good comeback. It's time to head over to Gestalt. As I'm off in the Grey Raven Commander are waiting for us, so chop chop. As they step out of the engineering force's main entrance, they run into someone they weren't expecting to see. Hey Christina, it's been a while. What are you doing here? Ah, I see. Yeah, I kind of expected that's what they were trying to talk about. Especially with like how interested Teddy seems to be in like a Dominic being a potential force. That makes sense. Can't believe you didn't tell me you were going to upgrade your frame. Suits you so much better. I'm feeling like my little sister's all grown up all of a sudden. This definitely brings tears to my eyes. There is no Christina here. Come on. You've been through that already. I probably don't seem like the emotional type, but words like those can still hurt sometimes. Well, I'm leaving now if you got nothing else to say. Is that all you've got to say to your brother? Wait, have you seen the news these days? Well, granted you haven't. You've seen all those guys in the lab coats, right? We only have a few minutes, so you better get straight to business. We don't use any good. Won't do us any good if they still see, or did they see us still in touch? Alright, fine. I was sidelined at the core management meeting. The old man Victoria teamed up to seize control of Norman Mining Core Metal with Gestalt. Well, fast, ain't it? Well, didn't you see all those coming your way when you inherited a stupid amount of fortune? You made this choice yourself. Wealth and freedom. You've made your choice now. Christina, are you there? I'm right here if your eyes aren't just for show. Pretty busy actually, so just say whatever you want to say. Come on, I'm here to disclose our little plan with you. Close the door. I've already switched to nearby surveillance. How's Victoria doing? The old man's still claiming she's recovering from illness. I've seen her a few times through surveillance though, and she kept asking me where you were because she wanted to hang out with you. I've tried to get her out. No luck so far, since the geezer's men are always around. Get the feeling they want to use Victoria for something, but I can't do much about it. Everyone in Norman Mining Corps' upper echelons know that no matter who the next successor is, it won't be Leonardo. People recognize him as an outcast. Charles Norman, Norman Mining Corps' power holder, favors the talented Christina and the frail Victoria, who's making a long-term recovery from her illness. He never trusted you. He's not going to let Victoria go because she's the only leverage he has over us. Ah, I see. So he's made her into a pawn to use against them. Okay. I was kind of wondering why it's like, why are they at odds when it's like, aren't they the same company? Does it really matter? But now with that whole thing with Dominic, I can kind of see why. I can't get Victoria out, but I can still make life a little difficult for the old man. And that also explains, right, like, there are differing views on Dominic. If it weren't for Dominic, they wouldn't be holding Victoria hostage. And without that, the old man wouldn't have had assurance that his future would be guaranteed. Thanks for the smokescreen, by the way. Got my hand on some fresh intel. Kurano, are you sure this is right? I don't find this joke funny at all. Are you doubting me? Oh no, it's just, I really didn't see this coming. The butler might think he's covered his tracks well. He's gonna need a professional to do the job when it comes to storing information. Like you. Well, they can't afford me. Having ties with the infamous Kurano group. That's bold. Damn, everyone getting in Kurano's pocket. How do you plan to use this information? Going public with it is pretty risky. And we most likely wouldn't be able to stay out of the mess. That's your problem, not mine. I just want Victoria out. Don't you want out of Norman Mining Corps? Dominic's successor? Leonardo knows Christina hates it when people call her that. What good would that do me though? Getting out of Norman Mining Corps doesn't mean I'll be able to make it out of Babylonia, right? It's like going from a small cage to a bigger one. Dominic's successor, little Dominic, future Dominic. She despises these things, but has gradually gotten used to living under their rules and titles. I've already been remodeled into a construct. There's not much I can do, even if I make it out of here. Let's get Victoria out first, then we'll deal with the rest after that. Well, you don't know what you're missing out on. The world out there is much more exciting than you imagine, Christina. Don't worry, we'll all get out of this place together. Come on, show me some love and support. Don't worry. Everything will turn out fine. You'll all leave here and live the life you want. No, Miss Teddy. Your login credentials have been verified. Sure, Leonardo. Guess it wouldn't hurt to show him some trust. Guess I wouldn't mind lending him a hand if he ever needs one. Gotta start thinking about what I'm gonna do after getting Victoria out. Well, a terminal repair shop sounds like a good idea. This transaction is gonna be able to break away from that sacred name. If the weight that has been imposed on her since birth seems to be slowly crumbling too. It's no longer someone's follower or replacement. Now she just has to be herself. Next, she's going to rendezvous with Leonardo at the location he specified. Despite the old man's far-reaching influence, she's confident that she has what it takes to dig up an even bigger scoop about Norman mining core to get Victoria out of the old man's hands. All she needs is time. Leonardo? I've thought about it for a long time. I've decided to go back home to inherit Norman Mining Corp's assets. Enjoy life, Christina. Been a while. This is where you're working now. How's it going, Christina? Enjoying work? There is no Christina here. If your memory still serves you, Mr. Norman, my name is Teddy. Why did you choose to go back to the Normans? She's left behind a handful of documents that could serve as bargaining chips. According to their original plan, they should first leave Norman Mining Corp and try and dig up enough evidence to get Victoria out. Well, guess I did that to inherit that stupid amount of fortune. I mean, I was naturally the only one the old man could have passed his wealth to since you were gone and Victoria's been trying to make a recovery all this time. Is that so? Well, congratulations then. So, Teddy, you haven't answered my question. Are you enjoying work? Well, let's just say I'm surviving. I mean, I don't enjoy what I do as much as you do what you do. That's for sure. That's good. Yes, it's good. I see you're as sharp as ever, Teddy. You either go with wealth or freedom, so there really is no issue with the way you're put in the situation. I've chosen the mire, and I know I'm not getting out clean, but they're going to send down heralds again. But I guess this is no news to you. Why else would I be here wasting time with you? You can't even handle Victoria. What a loser. Always well informed. That's my sister. Victoria is now on the supervisory board, presently pushing forward Project Herald as one of the heirs of Norman. Thanks to the old man and Dominic's legacy, she gained strong support from the board. You know, those board members are almost fanatically believing in Dominic. I don't know what the old man's been telling Victoria while I've been busy scheming for power. No one knows what he's thinking. Thanks for the update. I'll help you. Not just to stop that stinky project, but also to save Victoria. Teddy is broken free from the Norman family's predicament, but Victoria's still in there, let alone many more heralds who might be sent underground. Never forget the value of life. No one should be left behind. Let's temporarily cooperate and exchange some information. I don't want to work with a clueless fool. Alright, spill the beans. What do you have on your end? I got some original documents signed up by the Norman Mining Corp, as well as a few intercepted emails between senior members. Don't ask how I got them. What do you have to offer me? You really trust your brother that much? I'm so touched. I'm leaving. Wait! Don't play this trick again! Victoria is really wary of me, so I've only got surface level stuff here. But I do have some confirmed intel. The old man is obsessed with Dominic's legacy because Harold in the past once brought back some information. Science Council. 7 days of intense work through the nights. Most researchers have fallen asleep on the spot. Are the analysis results out yet? Yeah. The measurement data uploaded from each evacuated conservation area and the sample test results brought back by the Grey Raven Commandant all point to one possible conclusion. Their convergence point, which is also at the center of this heterozone Red Tide riot, is likely to be the first city where zero-point energy appeared. The very first zero-point reactor. It's a symbol of civilization's pinnacle, also the beginning of its downfall. Oh wow, so it really starts back from there. I didn't think we'd be tackling it so early. Is the data accurate? 86.67%. There might be some minor discrepancies, but the actual location won't deviate too much. Send nearby squads to investigate immediately. Tell them to bring back as many samples and data as possible while ensuring their own safety. No one's ever stepped near that city since Dominic and his team sealed the zero-point reactor. As the first victim of the punishing virus outbreak, the city is surrounded by high concentrations of punishing virus, making it difficult for ordinary people to approach. It's too dangerous. I'd love to use the Omega weapon to clear Reactor 1 directly if possible. However, the Pioneer team led by Dominic to shut down the zero-point reactor is still listed as missing. What? According to the records from the Anti-Punishing Virus Command Center at the time, many Science Council members, led by Chief Dominic, all joined the team to shut down Reactor 1. Under Dominic's instructions, the military personnel, Norman Mining Corps technicians, and constructs who went to assist were all arranged to stay on the outskirts of the city. 30 minutes ago, the 45 monitoring stations set up by the Army simultaneously detected a surge in the punishing virus concentration in the area. For 300 milliseconds, it rose to 20,000 times the original level, and we lost contact with Dominic and his team. In the following 30 minutes, there were no further increase in punishing virus concentration, now spreading according to our diffusion model. Since the outbreak, none of the monitoring stations have captured any internal energy reactions. General Staff ruled out all possibilities, so we can infer the Reactor 1 has been shut down. Since we can't accurately confirm the status of the Pioneer team shutting down Reactor 1, they're still listed as missing. But for this long, though? What could they even be doing this whole time? There are too many uncertainties. We're concerned that using the Omega weapon or the longest arsenal recklessly might lead to unexpected incidents. And the chance that Dominic is somehow alive, or at least someone with the information. Still thinking about Dominic? Yeah. I browsed through the records from the Anti-Punishing Virus Command Center. No human could possibly survive such a concentration of the punishing virus. Right, because even at that time, Nidhart was still infected with it, even with the protective suit she had on. Watanabe was just one of the few lucky ones who was able to make it out, but it's not like he got infected. Then, how did Dominic manage to shut down Reactor 1? Right, because again, with Nidhart, we were just lucky. But how would he have been able to do it? Especially with seemingly even more concentration of punishing virus compared to what Nidhart had and Watanabe had to go through. And that's the thing, is like also shutting it down. That probably would have been a longer process than what Nidhart was doing. Did you really think one Dominic could achieve all that on his own? Right! Yeah, because Chu was kind of saying that Dominic isn't an individual. Maybe he's a group or an organization. And they just have one as like the figurehead. It is possible, because depending on how secret this information must be, it's probably better to have people think it's just one person. So then if they were to get kidnapped or assassinated or used as a hostage, it wouldn't matter because they still have all the other members. Especially considering it was to reach the pinnacle of humanity and even reaching the stars. And considering people would really want to take advantage of a project like that and use it for their own respective countries or just their own groups, I could see people going that far. Just like how we had the whole issue with the space race back in the day. More than one Dominic. What kind of world did Dominic actually see? What kind of secrets? Dominic is hidden deep in a city, shrouded by a high concentration of the Punisher virus. Well, to be fair, if he could predict that it was actually gonna happen there... Wait, is that why? Is that the reason why he went to go to shut down the reactor? Because he knew it would be the best safe haven for him, right? Because where else better to do wherever you want than in the middle of danger? Literally like in a needle in a haystack. You'd be looking all over and over and over where everything's the same or impossible to find. And it'd be like the ultimate barrier because no one would have the access at the time because everyone would be less intelligent than him and they wouldn't have planned up to that point before he started trying to shut that down. It would be a very clever trick. Teddy and I have unlocked the second layer of the storage card you brought and found some codes. Codes? It seems it contains some information. The encryption method feels quite familiar. Do you remember the header armor shard from Bianca's Phantom Tracer? Of course. The gift of the future. Correct. And no, I don't know what this is. This might be something later I haven't done yet. So that gift is also something Nanami is sent back? I can't give a definite answer, but there's certainly a probability. But if it's Nanami, there might be some new angles we can work on. Alright, let's keep going then. I'm interested to see how far we can go with this. Hey Xanthos, you're 1 minute and 21 seconds late. How should I punish you? I'm sorry. You don't need to apologize. Just give me a cherry-flavored electrolyte drink once you're done. Fine. Is that a black variant of the cherry-flavored electrolyte drink? You really should visit the Star of Life for a brain check. In what universe would a cherry-flavored electrolyte drink be this color? It's just some kind of yucky but energy-boosting flavor. Why waste time drinking this awful stuff when you could just hop onto a sleeping pod and get a couple hours of real rest? Is your mind really stable enough to dive into Gestalt again? Seriously, I can handle this experiment on my own. You all are just going to get in my way. Any idea who said that? Shit. See? I can even remember your heroic moment. Still worried about the stability of my mind? Just take care. Final simulation test starting in 3, 2, 1. Small groups, they're either excitedly discussing something through their terminals or gazing at data reports in front of massive machines of unknown functions. You don't often see so many researchers gathered outside the annual conference, do you? Science Council, Engineering Force, Cosmos Technicians Union, and researchers from the Norman Mining Corps. Indeed. At the return to Babylonia, aside from handling essential tasks, you really spend almost all the time here. Even though most of the researchers are humans, they've been working relentlessly through the night, calculating every possible outcome. We've already ruled out 1,324 proposals during this time. At the same time, 540 proposals have been refined. Once a proposal feasibility exceeds 50%, teams immediately assemble to test it, just like us. Not far away, Carnita and Mika are in a heated argument, but assume we can sign again after Asimov calmly reprimands both of them. Still, some insist that we should continue searching for Dominic's legacy, despite that the documents are probably already consumed by the corrupted and hetero creatures on the surface. Is that really necessary? Why do people always pin their hopes on a dream of the past, just to believe in a legend or history rather than moving forward? I don't quite understand either. I'm once trying to persuade myself that perhaps all they needed was something to cling on. But a hope that requires sacrificing lives? I'd rather it never existed. What do you mean? You don't keep up with the news, do you? Haven't you heard about the Project Herald that Norman Mining Corps launched to find Dominic's legacy? I only know a little. Basically, Norman Mining Corps started Project Herald during the early post-pandemic age. Rather than a project, it's more like a massive execution ground. Damn. What's the latest news? The space station has been completely overrun. The exact casualty figures are unknown, but it's deemed irrecoverable. There should be no need to stockpile more repair parts. The entire starship fleet is destroyed and the remaining sections of the spaceport are docked with the Eden II class colony ship. Software technicians start to focus on repairing the colony ship. The aerospace fighters are nearly all lost. The army might order another batch of raw materials. The Gestalt core has been successfully removed and is currently being transported to the designated location. Last but not least, Dominic took a team with him and headed towards Reactor 1 to shut it down. He lost contact with them. What? Find them! Now! What is the army doing? Useless fools! Where is the support for the corporation? Under Dominic's instruction, reinforcements for the army and us were arranged to stay on the outskirts of the city, about 300 kilometers away from Reactor 1. Yet none of them survived. According to the last report from our monitoring station in the nearby city shortly after they entered, the punishing virus concentration in that area spiked to immeasurable levels. Preliminary analysis by our researchers suggests no one could survive in such high concentration of the punishing virus. And have they been confirmed dead? Not yet, because they did manage to shut down Reactor 1. Due to the high punishing virus concentration, we completely lost contact with the area around Reactor 1. If I may suggest, find them. But go find them. If humans can't enter with protective suits, then find mercenaries from within the corporation and modify them into constructs to search. If they manage to shut down the reactor, then Dominic must still be alive. The cost of that would be too high, sir. Cost? Gestalt, 0-point reactor, and even the construction of Eden II. He single-handedly propelled humanity into the Golden Age, reaching it for the stars. Do you understand what this means? That's an entire Golden Age. We control close to 70% of the world's mining and energy industries. We build monumental projects like Gestalt. We even contributed to interstellar migration. All these honors, every single one, were brought to us by Dominic. Now, because this damn punishing virus on the 0-point reactors have fallen, forcing us to retract all operations, leaving us stuck in this bloody place. At a time like this, who cares about the cost? I don't doubt your decision, but can Dominic really save us from all this? You don't understand what he means to us. 0-point energy, invert device. Only the man with such brilliant ideas can restore everything to its original state. I've seen the brilliance and wisdom of the Golden Age. Just thinking the arrival of darkness makes me sick. I understand, sir. I'll make arrangements right away. Remember, at any cost. They have shared our family's glory. It's time that they finally contribute to it. Wow. Really means a lot to them. Norman Mining Corps deployed a large number of pioneer teams who were referred to as heralds into the city where Sector 1 is located. Some did manage to transmit back some lost data and information, but without exception, none of them made it back. I see. So I guess you could say heralds because they were supposed to be like, they're supposed to be like the bridge to bringing back their hope, or like their god, or whatever it is. My father was among them. Oh, yeah, because they were saying he's like their grandfather, right? Not their actual father. Their father? Yeah, laughable, isn't it? He sacrificed his only child for Dominic. Even though I've read about the splendor of the Golden Age he often spoke of, I still can't understand what my grandfather was thinking when he made that decision. Yeah, because it's like, really? The next heir? But then again, I guess he is still like the main head for the time being. And he was using Victoria like a puppet to be like just the face of it. So I can kind of see why he was like, I can get rid of one person who can take my seat out of the way, as a failsafe. Project Herald, such a fancy name. Sounds brilliant and glorious, but is it really so? All they do is blindly chase past glories, dream of unattainable ideals, and pursue a dream that might never come true. What do these things have to do with the name Herald anyway? To me, they're more like a group of beggars. Instead of finding ways to work hard, they dig up the graves of dead wealthy people, pleading their last protection and mercy. Yeah, because if anything, that's not really progression for humanity as a whole. Because it's like, let's say, for example, we don't find Dominic, and we continue, and one day we figure it out. It's like they're just afraid of being left behind because they didn't want to do the hard work. They didn't put in the time, the effort, the blood, sweat, and tears, and sacrifice that everyone else in the world has been doing. They just want to have as many of themselves survive and then just live to tell the tale and obtain all the glory for themselves while someone else does all the work. Indeed. Even if that wolf could still save everyone, do we really want to sit in this space prison waiting for the so-called heroes to bring back the hero's brilliance? Even Dominic won't be able to save humanity if all we do is sit here and wail. Yeah. Because that's the thing, it's like, even with the pieces he probably would figure we have now, would that really be enough? Especially with how the punishing virus keeps evolving into many different ways. At some point, it's going to have to evolve past his expectations and his calculations, that he'll have to find a different way. Test complete. The location of the breach has been confirmed. Hey Teddy, are you sure you don't need a break? No, we're tight on time. Every piece of data left by the Invert device experiments can help us test the possibility. The sooner we figure out what that breach is, the sooner we can rest easy. It's a win-win. I assume everything's smooth on your end, Santos? Yep. Alright then, we'll take it from here. Damn, it's like the
ジャ
Millennium
ンプ
Puzzle
成
here.
功だ。状況はどうだ？
逆上がりの都市ってところかしら。資料に載っていた黄金時代の都市と似ているようです。
そこはゲシュタルトの安全区域外だ。
あの異常データの座標追跡は続けられますか？
解析中だ。位置を特定するまでしばらく時間がかかる。先に進んでみてくれ。およそその方向になるが、あのデータの位置はもっと奥のはずだ。
正気ですか？もっと奥って方向を示す言葉としてあまりにも不適切すぎるんだけど、これは何？空間の内部セキュリティプログラムかしら？いいえ、違う。このフレームワークはもしかして環境構築のデータ？コード形式でこれらのデータを攻撃してみればわかるかも。やっぱり空間環境のデータが再構築され始めている。またデータの塊？しかも様子が違う。これは偶然なの？こうして関連させてと。見たことのないプログラム体ね。防衛データフローよ、気をつけて。侵入開始。 侵入開始。バグ発見。バグ発見。データ削除。バグが出た。バグ発見。バグ発見。ハッキング。データ削除。バグ発見。クリーンヒット。これがあなたの実力？見てなさい、私のフルパワー。侵入開始。やるじゃない。なら次は私に任せて。やっと解除できた。
わずかだが意識の揺れがあったぞ。侵入プログラムを緊急中止するか。
大丈夫です、問題ありません。
異常データの位置が特定できたぞ。お前たちの現在地からは少し遠いかもな。
了解。これのどこが少し遠いなの？か弱い技術者にこんな悪路を歩かせるなんて。
That's actually funny that she can actually like do a pose here. Let's see if I can get different. Yeah, there we go. Better. Nice. Alright, moving on. What was this? Oh no, it was that. Okay. So now we gotta do this again. And reconstruct it. Good. Guessing I'm good. Oh shit, never mind. I thought it was gonna be like grapple here or something. Ah shit, this. You really let this roll on the map? Almost like a pig. This, triple.
Bug発見.
Nice. Now remember grapple. Oh, I did too early. Could have been better. Alright, just keep going, I guess. Oh, I actually can go up here. Wait, is that how I like jump across there, or what exactly would it do? Oh no, these are different pictures.
よし、コンプリート。
File record. Wait, am I actually gonna need this stuff? I'll also be surprised if I do. Like maybe this is like to help me like get a bit of an idea of like what it's supposed to look like in inside when we actually go to the original 0-point reactor. I'd also be interested if we actually get to go see the real thing. That would be really cool. Because all I've done is like heard about it, but I haven't actually gone to see the real place.
Clean hit. Data 削除.
Thanks. Goddamn. That's gonna be done.
Data 削除. Clean hit.
Come on. longer.
侵入開始。
Finally. Took a while. There. Wait, what am I supposed to do? Oh, I see. Gonna have to time it again, aren't I? Boom. Yeah, almost there. Definitely could have done that better, but I'll take what I can get. Ah,
どういうメカニズムでも起動させたかしら。
nope.
バグ発見。クリーンヒット。バグが出た。侵入開始。バグが出た。侵入開始。データ削除。ハッキング。バグ発見。侵入開始。データ削除。バグ発見。やるぜ。なら次は私に任せて。
ドールベ
Ah, boy.
手間がかかるわね。
Gotta get ready to make
私は技術者だってば。
Ah, great, it can dance too. Terrific. Just
バ
what
グ
I
発
need.
見。
More.
クリーン
Ah,
ヒッ
shit.
ト。
Nope.
侵入開始。
Nope.
バグが
Ah, damn it, I took some damage. Not good.
バグ発見。
Nope. Oh, it's good to try to attack me at that. Yep. No. Damn.
バグ発見。クリーンヒット。データさやるじゃない。
Got it.
なら次は私に任せて。
Good. Not too
何かありました？間もなく目的の座標に到着します。
了解した。座標付近の異常データを入手したらすぐに信号を送れ。侵入プログラムの解除を準備しておく。
Science Council testing the room. It's a schematic of the invert device. Just as I thought, it's the invert device. This part is the unfinished concept for modifying the invert device. A more powerful processor. Yes, this concept belongs for our current experiment. Look at this. While others are still celebrating the victory, Mika and Asimov have already begun discussing the next phase of the experiment. Because that's the thing, it's like, if this is a blueprint left behind by Dominic, can we not say that it's like the script that he's writing for us to follow? That's also kind of what I can think of from like everything Teddy knows about Dominic, especially from their ties with the family. Could it be possible that that's what Dominic's trying to do? He's trying to lead us along to a certain point where it's like we would just do whatever he wants hands down because of it. Like he's sacrificing everyone else's pawns to create the perfect scenario where he's the hero, maybe. I mean, it may sound a bit far-fetched, but again, I don't know too much about Dominic to really say anything. Again, regardless of whether they are one individual or group. But for some reason, this discovery feels too coincidental. Hey, are you still not back to normal? Hope that space doesn't have any extra harmful effects on the human brain. I've already recovered. I just feel like the whole thing is too much of a coincidence. Whether it's the information that shouldn't exist sent by Gestalt or the data on inver-device modifications found in the breach. All of them are arriving continuously like dishes of a grand feast from a mysterious menu according to someone's plan. Could it be Gestalt? Or someone else guiding all this? Turn around to look at Gestalt. His emanating faint blue light, sound as ever. Are you suggesting someone is orchestrating the leak of this information? While it's not impossible, it would be too difficult to achieve that through an external connection. For this to happen, at the very least they would need to disable the computing power restraint and bypass Asimov's surveillance. Unless the information was sent from within Gestalt. Dominic? It's not impossible. But is Dominic really the only one inside Gestalt? Waju, the Emperor, Gestalt, Dominic? Gestalt has existed since the Golden Age. It preserves almost all human knowledge and civilizations. No one knows for sure what might be behind the computing power restraint. Wait. The Norman family has begun pushing forward a new round of Project Herald. So, all you can do is notify me 5 minutes in advance that the dispatch of Herald is about to land. Is this what you mentioned that day about continuing to dig into Norman Mining Corp's classified info? Is this the plan you assured me of so confidently? You notice that his sister's already fuming on the other end without having to look at her. Come on, Victoria's been keeping a tight lid on the information. She even dismissed my security guards. Now I only have a few undercover informants to rely on. Even if I tell you 3 days earlier, what can you possibly do about it? How do you know I don't have a way? Like hacking into Norman Mining Corp's database to alter their announcements. Or simply taking over the shuttle's system. It's pointless. Don't tell me you really think that's enough to stop them. I may have missed part of your growth, but given your current status, there's nothing more you can do. Just leave it to me. I won't let you get your hands dirty. Children should trust their elders. It's my failure as an adult to have you face such a dark and terrifying world so early. Wow. Okay. Yeah, things are already making headway. Do a bit more than in the stream. You're the doves returning with olive branches. Probably the speech to heralds. You were the adventurers paving the way to golden glory. You were the heralds up by Norman. Yep. You will carry everyone's dreams and bring back the sparks of hope. You will be Norman Mining Corp's pride. You may choose the most elite constructs of Norman Mining Corp, equipped with the most advanced protective suits and high-end weapons, aboard the transport ship bearing Norman Mining Corp's emblem. These heralds will be divided into small groups and deployed to areas near Reactor 1. They will become glorious leaders. The light of the Golden Age will shine on the Norman family crest again. Norman revival plan for like pain. Yeah, facts. This is an honor, Victoria. Back in the day, I once did the same, sending your father aboard Norman Mining Corp's transport ship. And he lived up to expectations, bringing back crucial information about Dominic. You must always remember the first creed of the Norman family, Victoria. By any means necessary, for the sake of Norman's tomorrow. For the sake of Norman's tomorrow. Damn, they're already getting ahead of us. Trying to get to Reactor 1. Ground surface. According to the map, This is it. Reactor 1 at the center in a radius of nearly 1,000 kilometers, this entire area is surrounded in high concentrations of punishing virus. The Herald's radar went haywire almost as soon as they left the shuttle. For some unknown reason, their terminals also only had intermittent signals, barely maintaining communication with Babylonia. Is this Reactor 1? Are you sure there won't be any danger? According to the map passed down by our predecessors, this area should be a safe zone. Something unusual. Don't worry, we're Norman Mining Corps' latest version of constructs. This area is on the outermost edge of Reactor 1. As long as we follow the map and explore, there shouldn't be too many problems. This mission is all about exploration. Norman Mining Corps will reward us as long as we can reach the point marked on the map, even when we've only pushed a little further from where we landed. We could even bring back other information about Reactor 1. Forget promotions and raises. My boss said even Miss Victoria would personally meet us. Wow. Has anyone ever received such a reward? I guess so. Shh. Be careful. On the map, they bypass a mire covered in red tide. Before they realize it, then mist is quietly spread across the ground. Does the map indicate any mist around here? Mist? That's nothing. Probably not important enough to be marked on the map. After going around this corner, we should see the city's edge. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Did we take the wrong path? This way. Man, this reminded me of the hidden mist jutsu all over again. Referring to Nura, he swiftly takes the other construct to relocate. Can the map be wrong? Wasn't it all top secret data compiled and uploaded by our predecessors? There was probably some error. Who doesn't make mistakes in their work? See the city's vague gauge appear not far away, and he lets outside before leave. Slow further to reach the farthest point marked on the map. Slow further. What's that noise? Don't tell me those hetero creatures have come back. Though those bizarre hetero creatures cannot cause much harm when they're killed, their punishing virus-filled fluids can corrode the construct frames. Anyway, let me transmit the real-time data back to headquarters first. Before she can open it, the punishing virus concentration alert on her protective suit begins to flash. What is going on? Vines are crawling deep into tree trunks. The tide suddenly approaches. It's at their feet by the time they notice. No! It's the wrong way! Retreat! Request backup! Quick! Call for help! The sharp alarm blares, endlessly echoing the deathly quiet forest. Who can come to their rescue? To respond to some command, numerous hetero creatures surge for the tide, murmuring undescribable whispers. As they lunge up, the constructs who had just activated a short-range propulsion device. Oh shit! Wow, okay, damn. That was fast. Corroded his frame, leaving only his metal skeleton barely holding together. Struggles to pull the construct behind them, but he's sitting some less at ease. Requesting backup. His vocal module deteriorating, he can only helplessly slump in the red tide mire. Wished he could die right away. The frame, specially modified by Norman Mining Corps, would ensure this death would be a lengthy one. There's something I need to tell you. Why so sneaky? Just spit it out, boss. Miss Victoria has a special message for us. In this safe area of the frame, when you open it, see this button inside? Don't press it unless absolutely necessary. Could it be the secret weapon Miss Victoria installed for us? No, it's not. Just remember what I said. So now he suddenly truly understood the purpose of that button. Metal shield that was supposed to protect the button has been corroded away. So he stares at the sky, struggling to move his arm to reach for that button at last resort. Shadow silently flashes out of the shrubs. A survivor of the old civilization. In accordance with human etiquette, I greet you. Os. My name? I am Cradle. Right. That's how it would sound like in the language you can understand. An ascendant? Nope. In the language you can understand, I am the will of the Red Tide, an incubator of a new civilization. My name is Cradle. Oh! She's the next evolution of the Red Tide. That's why we saw her when in a Watanabe story, myself and the construct that Watanabe saved in the past met her in the forest at that time that also looked the same like this. I see. So she's the evolution. I was wondering if they would evolve into something even more dangerous. But the Red Tide has evolved into something akin to an ascendant. That's great. Oh shit, okay. So now it doesn't need a catalyst. It has its own brain now. Great. You've been playing Cursed Waves? Or you need Kratos? No, I don't think so. I don't think I'm on that yet. I only remember seeing Kratos because when we did a Watanabe's chapter in the story, I think it was chapter 27, we met Kratos for like a moment, I think. Because it was that one kid that Watanabe saved in the past. He was turned into a construct after, and he was helping me escape before the Punishing could catch up to me. And I was supposed to kind of be the bridge between the Forsaken and Babylonia. As a story, it's in the challenge alternative interpretations. Okay. His voice module is now completely destroyed by the punishing virus. These are many visions since the girl calls her created and lifting the damaged frame of his teammate from the Red Tide. Don't be afraid, survivor. By the plans we set in motion, you may rest peacefully in Cradle, free from the suffering. There's lots of free rewards, which is why you do it too. Ah, okay. Alright, let me screenshot this so that I can find my own time to do it. Maybe even for a stream, I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. Flowers will bloom anew in the civilization as we take over, and you will awaken once more. In the new world, you will find unparalleled joy and happiness. Final burst of will. He struggles to move his arm, pressing the red button. What's that over there? Sounds like an explosion, but it's still far from us. The radar's gone haywire. The punching virus concentration ahead is still rising. We can't keep going. Even with enough serum protective suits, the concentration level here is still too deadly for ordinary people. How's the communication going? No good. We still haven't established any channel. Two of them could have broken through the zone easily. All the refugees behind them. Except the dotted scars in the legs and members of Lucia's frame. For a specialized frame, the puncture virus would still cause damage. There aren't many construct bandages left. It's okay. All the protective suits have been given out. You stay here on guard. I'll scout ahead. To get behind the refugees in protective suits are cherishing their precious rest time. Put on your protective suit, Lucille. No need. A mask is enough for me. I'm way stronger than you. Wait. What's that? Pulls the child back, takes 2 steps back, then pulls out something from the shrubs. It's a bag stained with the Red Tide's mud. Is this a tombstone left by the other teams? But the symbol. That's Norman Mining Corps' emblem. How could they be here? Could I take a look? Could it be something left behind from a long time ago? Impossible. This is a standard weapon Babylonia released less than 2 years ago. But upon the package, he finds a tattered map with simple message on the locations. Okay, now this is how we're going to catch on to their plan. Arrived at the designated destination. Its objective, enter the city where Reactor 1 is located. But how? Malfunctioning radar left them completely lost on the ground. The communication system is also inexplicably failed, making it impossible for them to maintain contact with Babylonia. Ah, I see. So because they had kept this secret, they didn't know that the refugees were also here. Well, then again, the head of Norman Mining Corps probably doesn't even care anyway, even if he did know about it. According to the original plan, they should have been near the edge of the clean zone by now, but How'd they end up in the exact opposite direction? Oh, it must have been the fog, isn't it? Herald. We will carry everyone's dreams and bring back the sparks of hope. We will bring back glory. The latter part of the map is completely corroded. Liv, what's wrong? I'm fine, but I must tell Lucy about this immediately. Liv puts the map away, pushes it up, working toward the direction of Lucy, unless she sees a question from the bush. Lucia, your leg. I saw the red tide at 8 o'clock. It's moving in this direction. We have to leave immediately. The red tide? Is that really the red tide over there? But this wavelength! This definitely isn't ordinary red tide. Oh right, this was the researcher who had information about it. It doesn't matter what kind of red tide it is. Whether it's ordinary or not, it can still kill you. Hurry up and pack. Get ready to leave. I need to confirm what it is exactly. There must be something different in this red tide. The readings are the same as the ones they detected last time. No more talking, just get on. I want to be the last one to leave. They sacrificed their lives for mine. I can't let them die in vain. I must prove that everything they dedicated their lives to was worth it. The refugee's packing up and takes out the map from earlier. Lucia, look at this. What's the status of the communication? Whether it's the deviated route or the mysteriously appearing Norman mining corps emblem, it should all be reported to Babylonia. Let's get out of here first. Alright, let's get out of here first. There must be a way. They've faced even tougher situations before. So there must be a way. We'll definitely be able to take everyone out of this place safely. Ah, shit, this doesn't look good. Oh wow, going right into battle. Well then again, I guess we are focusing on... This place isn't safe. We need to keep going. Don't make any sound. Lucille and Liv are going to get us out. Are Lucille and the others catching up? They're right behind us. There are many wounded in their vehicle, so they're moving slowly. Is the drone still working? Just barely. The punching virus concentration here should be low enough for it to fly. We won't need to worry about it getting corrupted for now. The terrain here is constantly shifting. Start the drone and make sure the path ahead is safe. It's ready. There still is some ammo left. We'll take out some of the hetero creatures. Oh boy, okay. Yeah, that's a lot of them. Ah, crap. Okay, well at least I got rid of a good amount of them. Ah, crap. Oh, shit, oh no. Damn it. I'm trying to move, damn it. Liv, could use some healing here. Drone's landed. There's not enough power. Alright, let's see. Okay, that thing over there looks kind of like a melancholia, so I'm not getting a good feeling. Oh, this is a monster, isn't it? I can just tell. Ah, great. Don't tell me it's the hive, isn't it? You're gonna have to destroy it, aren't you? Come on. Nope. Nope, come on. Liv, heal me. What the hell? Thanks for the assist. Oh no, not again. This happened. you focus on the other one. Go to this one. Nope. Come on. Keep going. This guy's still staggered for days. Good. The terrain here is completely different from the map. The red tides completely changed the landscape. Is there another way out? There. Where the head of creatures just appeared. There might be a path behind the bushes. My thruster's still working. Liv, stay here and protect them. I'll scout ahead. The red tide did cut off the path. We should be able to cross here. I'm fine, I guess. So that armor was corroded by the red tide during the recent encounter. Made a quick decision, quickly cut off the corroded section. Consequently, you can only move at an extremely slow pace now. I knew this job was tough, but I never imagined it could be this hard. What on earth is that thing? Is it an ascendant? Does it seem like an ascendant? We've been in a few battles before, but I heard something from over there. Hey, leave me alone. Just go. They collect the data and images with you. Shut it. Praying mantis doesn't need a chatterbox. Why are there still people here? Get on, squeeze in. Lucille! Rosaline! Oh, these are the other survivors. They actually got up. She's in the cart behind. No time for chit chat. Let's get moving. Three constructs find themselves on a rough trip squeezed between the refugees. Then supplies, bags, and constant jolting makes their heads spin. Well, at least they did catch up after all. At about 3 to 4 hours, as dusk begins to fall, the vehicles finally come to a stop. Bonfire's been lit and everyone gathers warm with their cold stiff bodies. What a thrilling journey. I have to tell Mika about this when I see her again. This has got to be one of the major achievements for a better tomorrow. You worked hard too. Were you originally heading for the clean zone? But our mission was to delve into the hetero zone. How do we veer off course so much? Not long after Commandant left, we encountered several more red tides. Their movements were completely erratic. Lucy and I had to take turns to scout in order to avoid them. We could hardly receive any communication signals since then. That's probably when we got lost. Don't move. It's the last bandage we have. I know why their movements are so unpredictable. We received a new mission at a nearby conservation area. Moore needed to find his girlfriend, saying he knew the terrain well and could guide us. So we set out together. Just like what you had encountered, we lost a few teammates and were completely driven off course by the red tide, mistakenly entering the city where Reactor 1's located. Ah, so it's all like that. The concentration of the punishing virus rose rapidly, making it impossible for us to stay. To collect some data and samples, we decided to find an area at a lower concentration so we could leave the zone. Then deep within the red tide, we saw her. Yep. Oh, right, she has to speak to them in the language properly in order for mortals to understand her, right? She's practically like an alien. How could anyone even live in such a high concentration of the punishing virus? Something isn't right. The punishing virus in the red tide is extremely active. No way. In accordance with human etiquette, greetings to you, survivors. She called herself Cradle. We couldn't determine if she was a special ascendant or something else. Before they could say anything, the girl reaches out her hands towards them. She's kind of like his Akiza, like, what was it, like the Red Rose Witch or something? Collie acted quickly, dropping the signal transmitter she'd been carrying. She seemed very interested in it, momentarily halting her pursuit of us. Otherwise, I definitely would have lost more than just a leg. Couldn't she be an undiscovered ascendant? I don't think so. Most registered ascendants are constructs. But that girl doesn't have any characteristics of a construct. Instead of a construct, she's more like a a creation entirely composed of the red tide and punishing virus. How are your communication devices holding up? With the signal booster lost, our connection with Babylonia is completely severed. Refugees still firmly believe they're heading in the right direction. Should only continue to offer false hope to maintain their confidence and drive. The red tide leaves closely behind, shrouded in a thick polluted cloud carrying an ominous and unfathomable hostility, honestly pursuing this group of displaced humans. It's verified the identities of the constructs of praying mantis. They have no reason to lie to them, but the unknown presence really charges into this camp. She couldn't stop her from coming, nor did she have the confidence to protect all the humans behind her. Commandant's here. What would he do? Despite the vast distance between the ground and the sky, the faint flicker of the mind connection still shines unwaveringly. Fortunately, the vehicles still have ample energy, and there's enough food to last everyone a few more days. We have the map now. Although the terrain is shifted due to the red tide, the general direction should be correct. Take a rest for now. We'll continue moving when dawn breaks. Deep within the city of where reactor was located. This is the graveyard of a collapsed civilization. Traces of humanity vanished with the outbreak of the punishing virus, and nature gradually took over. Flowers in the green strips bloomed and withered, while fruits on the treetops fell into the soil and rotted. Weeds and vines have naturally claimed the skyscrapers, and haunted machines stand calmly in every corner of the city. Branches of buds are peeking through the gaps of unknown skeletons. All that remains in this once glorious city are broken walls and debris. The airport reactor is now a desolate ruin, and the library which once held or once born human civilization is reduced to a massive skeleton. Only the sun continues its eternal path, illuminating the city as always. Uttering in a cryptic language, the cloaked girl finally stepped into this land. This is the story of civilizations. They fall, rise, and then fall again. There's always a pattern to follow. Record everything, write down everything, and seize everything. Let's do it here. Saying before the collapsed entrance of the library, she politely and respectfully bows to the towering guardian robot. In accordance with the rules of civilization, I shall purchase this land I'm standing on from you. And now, hetero creatures are born for the red tide. A new civilization blooms amid decaying books. The red tide drips like sand through an hourglass, forming a crimson homeland. For a civilization to grow in these development and adversaries, this is a war we cannot avoid. Together, we will embrace a greater civilization of our own. This newborn civilization needs iteration, development, and evolution. We've already gathered enough information. Now go! The mighty red tide rapidly surges, roaring outward in all directions. Go forth, expand, and seize, just like whatever civilizations did when they developed. Go absorb everything that can enrich us. We are ready to nurture our civilization right here. Oh, not good. Are they gonna go after the refugees now? Absorb a civilization to have one? Whew, okay. I think I should be halfway through. But I think this is gonna be a good place to end the stream. Damn, this has me honestly pretty hyped up for this one. Because unlike the Kowloon one where it's like, it was definitely just a lot more like an information dump, but it's like, again, at least it was separated into sections where it's like you could understand it. This one is definitely more like just the go ahead, it's just the one thing. And we're just like trying to get a grasp of what the entity actually is and such. So I'm definitely enjoying this one, especially since we're finally getting a better idea of Norman Mining Corps this time, which I think is really a good job that they're doing later on here, because it's like, now we're gonna have to really see who the real heroes are, who the real villains are. And what each side really thinks about the whole situation and what they're trying to do in this time. Like, we've seen the Forsaken, we've seen Kowloon, and then we've had this one with Norman Mining Corps. So it makes me think Are we gonna maybe see like maybe more of the Kurano group? Are we gonna see maybe like Nicola's own private team or whatever? Are we gonna see more like Murray and like kind of like his kind of like betrayal like arc, considering is like he's kind of doing his own thing? And will we ever like see more like what the Ascendants could be capable of later on? I'm definitely gonna be interested to see how this goes further down the line. Guardian, you're gonna have a fun time with this patch because they have 3 story chapters at once. Really? Does it? We're gonna have to watch out for that. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the stream for today, guys. Tomorrow I should most likely be able to stream. If I do, it'll be more Metaphor ReFantazio, because again, I want to get as much of the grinding done possible this week, so then I'll be close to ending it by the time we get to next week. So then we'll have that all wrapped up and I can finally start playing Final Fantasy, because I want to try it out, you know? I never played a Final Fantasy game. I haven't really watched as much gameplay aside from like trailers and stuff, because I want to actually try it. Yep, Luna's unlocks on the 17th and Bridges on 12th. Oh wow, so it's like there really is more to this. That is gonna be crazy. Oh, which Final Fantasy? I'm gonna play Final Fantasy 7, because if I remember, they have a Rebirth coming out to PC later this month. So it's like, since I can finally play both of those games, I'm gonna try to start the first half of Final Fantasy 7 later this month, before around the time I get back to school, because then I can do as an ordinary part of my schedule to fill that in. I found a remake. Thank you. I'm hoping so, because again, for the trailers and stuff, it seems really good. But again, this will be my first time playing a Final Fantasy game, so we'll see how exactly it's gonna go. But anyway, let me give a huge shout out to everyone who showed us the stream. So shout out to Guardian Soulblade. Always great catching up with you, Guardian and Nessa. And yeah, like I said, it would just most likely just only be Metaphor tomorrow, so I can relax a bit, and especially since I've been doing a lot of like double feature streams these past couple days. It's like, it's gonna be pretty taxing after a while, so. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. If you guys do enjoy the streams but are not already following the channel, please make sure to leave a follow. It's much appreciated. Check out my YouTube channel where I post all the VODs. And make sure you subscribe there as well if you're already checking them out. You do enjoy them. Enjoy the Discord, you guys, not really. But this has been Santos Vice. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'll see you guys next time.